We're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to do this live. We're kicking this off. And, folks, we're not just kicking it off with any teams. We're kicking it off with one of the teams that's ranked top in the nation. That is University School, the Suns, with co-head coach Roger Harriot. And we're really excited. And also, the Taravella Trojans come in here. They got this wing tee, 8-2 last year, Rick. You know, they had that three-team little tryout game, or the postseason play. Didn't work out for them, but they come back loaded up.
The Kansas City tiebreaker didn't work for them last year, but they certainly have the talent. They've got a junior running back by the name of Jawanza Evans-Morris, which we'll be keeping an eye on tonight. Real quick, coming out of the backfield, some quality offensive linemen that have been here and put in some downs. So we'll see some good action. Obviously, University School's got a lot of kids coming back from that championship team last year. And they should dominate all the way through till the playoffs as well. But they've taken on a tougher schedule. So we've got the team captains heading out to midfield right now to do the coin toss, see who's going to start with the ball and who's going to kick it away to get this game started. We're very excited about kicking off the 2013 season. We've got a lot of great football to show you right here on the Hspn network. We've got Dade County and Broward County well represented, and if you know anything about high school football, this is where all the coaches want to come to find their kids. So we've got them taken care of right here. Make sure you tune in. And Glenn, I know just in with the KDA Foundation and some of the things that we're doing there to help these young men, and can you just touch a little bit on the mentoring program and what we do for these kids and why it's so important that people tune in and listen to these games and take a good look at it?
It is important, Rick, and I'm glad you brought that up because the partner, the ones that make it happen is KDA, Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. It is a 501c3 that was established back in 2001 by Ben Hanks and Pat Lowe. We have a big, wonderful group of people that you can find, and all you have to do is go on to www.kdafoundation.org, and you can find all the information in there. And one of the special aspects for that is our academic mentoring that we bring into the local high schools. And we'll be working with a couple high schools so far. And if there's any high schools out there that want our mentorship, all you have to do is get in touch with us and email us. You can email me at Glenn, Glenn, at kdafoundation.org. But we are going to be mentoring on the second Saturday and the fourth Saturday, academic mentoring for Boyd Anderson Cobras and Booker T. Washington Tornadoes down in Dade County, and we're real excited about that. We've got several hundred kids that are actually in college now that come through the foundation. We've actually got a couple of them in the pros, and what is exciting about it is that our only motto is that they got to come back and give back. And Rick, man, they are doing a job coming back, giving back, because we're proud of them, and we got them all over the nation right now doing good things for the kids.
And that's the important thing, is that they come back and do things. And, you know, we've got also a great program for interns, so if there's anybody out there that wants to be involved in any type of that, we can help you with that as well. So the KDA Foundation, folks, is a 501c3 nonprofit youth organization, and it specializes in empowering communities and providing opportunities for academic and athletic growth. We address vital issues concerning transitional phases of primary and secondary education through sports and academic advisory camps, health and wellness programs, and athletic scholarship grant and aid assistance programs for college. So we always are looking for assistance and help with that. So if you want to and you want to find out more, please surf on to www.kdafoundation.org. Once again, www.kdafoundation.org.
Well, let's get ready to rumble.
He's going to snap, punt it. He's at the 50, to the 40. He's out his feet. Oh my goodness! To the 40. To the 40. He's out his feet. Oh my goodness! Holy cow!
Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Coral Springs, Florida, home of the Coral Springs Colts. Tonight, we have the Taravella Trojans facing the University School Suns. Right now, we're going to take a moment out for our national anthem. That was a terrific job right there by the Taravella marching band.
Yeah, I'm excited to kick this off, man. I'll tell you what, it doesn't seem like forever, but we're already back. End of August, getting ready to run into September. A little humid out there, ready to play some football. First time these two teams have met. You've got a defending state champion that had a preseason game last week, played on ESPN. A lot of high-profile players. They got a good practice game in. Some big mistakes that they'll want to get over this week because this is a real deal. And Taravella, you know, they got something to prove out here. You know, they're going to prove that these Coral Spring boys can play some ball.
Absolutely, and they've got some retribution from last year after coming off a great 8-2 regular season, feeling like they needed to be in the playoffs and missing out on that in that Kansas City tiebreaker. So they're definitely looking for some revenge on that.
Well, I'm looking forward to this kickoff. I know you are. We've got a big crew out here today. We couldn't do this without all the folks that are here tonight. We may have a special guest that'll pop in that hopefully we'll be able to get on the mic at the end of the first quarter, and we'll see how that works out. But it's time to play some high school football.
Number 28, Andrew DeRocco's got it teed up, ready to kick it off to the Trojans. Jawanza Evans-Morris back to receive the kick. Here we go.
South Florida football at its best. Here come the Suns.
Morris takes it right at the goal line. Out across the 15. Breaks a tackle out to the 25-yard line. And that's where they'll start with it. 1st and 10 Trojans right there at the 25-yard line.
It's a beautiful kick. And we'll get it started.
25-yard return on the kick for Morris. Adam Sinclair under center here for the Trojans. This is his first year as a varsity quarterback. Strong arm, big kid. Empty backfield right now, just a fullback in there. Let's see. Straight ahead over the right side. Short gain on the play. Let's call it 4.
Power football. Right up the middle. That
Tyler Hunter. Sorry, the fullback right there on the play. Let's give them 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 now for the Trojans. Hey, don't forget, folks, hspnsports.com is where you find this broadcast online as well.
2nd down and 5. Pitch is outside, but he's going to not make the corner. Rick, he loses a yard.
Lost a yard on the play. Good pursuit over there by that by the cornerback from the Suns.
I'm not too sure if they're going to be able to catch the edge tonight on those quick pitches. But we'll see. We'll see what they got dashing through.
It was Marco Wilson over there, I believe, on the stop.
Brings up 3rd down and about 5 yards. Got that old double wing. He's been running it for years. Trap right up the middle.
Evans-Morris with the carry. No gain on the play. Going to bring up a 4th down now for the Trojans. Punt team heading onto the field.
3 and out.
Josh Serra will come in and do the work right there. Good work by University School. Gave up 5 yards on the first play, but cut down the outside play, and certainly nothing up the middle for that last play here. So let's see how they handle this. Special teams coverage. Josh Serra on for the punt.
They've got some skilled players, so keep an eye out for University in all their skill positions. Big boys in the middle.
Chris Taylor back to receive this punt. Big kid, 6'3", 175, a lot of speed.
He lets it go, and boy, oh boy, the Trojans
big
get a big bounce.
Down inside the 10-yard line right there. 1st down, University Suns. They're going to be led out onto the field by Sean White.
Great kick. You know, if you can keep it away from those skill players, then you've done your job.
Sean White, very highly sought-after quarterback here in South Florida.
Well, they're moving it forward from the 10-yard line. They're moving it actually up to the 20-yard line. Guess it went out of bounds earlier than they thought.
Must have hit that boundary there. Sean White's committed to Auburn, Glenn, and obviously going to do a great job up there following in the footsteps of a guy like Cam Newton. It's going to be a great opportunity for him up there.
Interesting story about Sean, a young man that was kind of off the radar, and all of a sudden he goes to an Elite 7 and he wins the whole thing and gets an offer right there. There we go. Down to the 40 to 30.
Jordan Scarlett
20
away.
to 10. Touchdown. University Suns.
There it is, Jordan
First
Scarlett.
play from scrimmage.
Top-ranked running back for next year in 2015 right there, Jordan Scarlett.
Oh, my.
University School.
Oh, my.
Speed will get you every time.
It certainly will.
That just to give you a little bit of information about old. We'll get to the extra point here, then I'll give you some.
Oh, bad snap. He's going to make it to the edge. He's got a blocker out there. Nope.
Good pursuit right there by that Trojans defense. Conversion is not good.
I know one person that's going to be very unhappy about that because I've seen them during our Tour of Champions. They put a lot of time into special teams. And for them to bobble a snap and have a preseason and all their summer, oh, that 1 point can come back to haunt you.
Indeed. When you get up in those 55 and 58-point games like they had last year going into the playoffs, I believe it was an extra point that that cost another team a victory against them just because they didn't get it through there. So,
hey, I saw somebody walk in the back door here, Commissioner Tom Powers. Tom, how you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. How are you? Can't have a better night, a Friday night, than being out here and watching part of America happen right now, huh? Got
beautiful thing. And, of course, you know, we're on national television, so we're showing this game in California, Alaska, all over the world, actually. So, you know, it's a good thing to get Coral Springs out there, let people know that we've got a really good supporting crew out here. And, of course, when the commissioners come out, that even makes it better. What's any big plans coming up for recreation here in Coral Springs that you're aware of?
Yeah, focus greatly on that. It's one of the things we're moving forward with in the city to help bring sports. This is a perfect weather year-round all the time, and we've got a great opportunity to be able to provide great fields, great opportunities for our young men and women out here to be able to participate in sports, which is real important, and what it represents, what it brings here to the community. You know, we're out here on a Friday night watching a bunch of young men out there who have worked so hard to become great football players, but then also the cheerleaders and the band that's out here, the moms and dads that are out here. It's truly what America's all about, and it's great to be able to see it, and any part we can have of that is a good thing.
Well, we're glad to obviously have you out here. And, of course, you know, when you get to see this kind of quality football between, you know, a school that's a defending state champion coming out here and showing you what makes them so great. They take first play and go, boom, 65 yards into the end zone. Or was it 80 yards? It was an 80-yard play, right, from the 20. So there you go.
Well, all I can tell you, judging from the size of those guys down there, I feel very safe standing up here and not very close to the field.
Tom, this is Glenn Stout. You know, we do appreciate, and I am from Coral Springs, and I appreciate the stuff you guys do is phenomenal in the community, and we try to assist with Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation with the empowerment and the youth project leadership and the things that you're also involved in. How big is that? I know that we've created a website for the youth that go away to college to have some place to plug into. That's something that I think you were instrumental in developing, how they can come back and plug back in and get them back to Coral Springs.
Sure, it's called Work Coral Springs, and basically what it is we do a tremendous job, as we see in the schools here, of educating our youth and getting them out to colleges, and they do a great job in universities, but they don't come back as often as we like to live in the community they were raised in. So we want to create some opportunities for them to come back here, so we've got a website out here that lets people know about the jobs that are available and what's available for them. While this is football, the schools that they represent do a phenomenal job of putting out a great student.
Well, that was Evan Morris, and he picked up about 10 yards on that, but there's a flag down. And, Tom, we appreciate you coming by the booth. We appreciate you, most importantly, that you're supporting these kids because it's more important than anything else, and I know that you love them. It's a great community. If people don't know about Coral Springs around the country and the world, if you have kids and you want a quality place to bring them up and raise them in the school system, we've got the quality that you need. It's Coral Springs, Florida. So, Tom, thank you very much for coming out.
I want to thank you guys for everything you do also. You're such a part of the community and do such wonderful things here, so I want to thank you guys also.
Thank you, Tom. Thanks for taking the time.
Awesome.
Well, we're back to live action. That was a penalty against the University Suns. It looks like they walked off about 5 yards. It's first down and 10 out here at about the 36-yard line, Rick.
First and 10 for the Trojans. Adam Sinclair again under center. Doing a great job. We've got a flag. Looks like a false start there. Dead ball. Yep, false start. Against the Trojans, a 5-yard penalty.
And it's been a slow start. I know that the Trojans, you know, it's a different style of football. You know, the skill level is evident. The first quarter is imperative that they stay with them. The first half is imperative that they stay with them, and they're going to have to control that interior line.
Well, right now the University Suns obviously only ran one play and got 6 points up on the board. So, you know, you've got to be looking at what they're doing out there with their speed. That was Samar Smith with the carry. Got about, let's call it 5 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Trojans. And, you know, they're doing that double wing. They've got the 2 really strong running backs out there for the Trojans. They've got to open up some holes to get them into the defense. And, you know, this is a good example of the big quality school, you know, the 8A school versus the 4A school. It doesn't really matter. It's about the athletes and who you put out on the field. It doesn't matter how many you have to choose from, you know. And I think that's one of the things that the Trojans are learning for themselves, you know, is that we've got to be tougher inside. Exactly, and ball control really helped them taking time off the clock. There's a pass. I think it's the first pass and a little over his head. Intended for Q Morales. Looks like Chico. Incomplete. Going to bring up a 3rd down now for the Trojans. 3rd and 10 from their own 37-yard line. They'll want to maintain more ball control. They want to take time off the clock, control it inside, because these skill players on University, they are sometimes, you know, their head and toes, because their size-wise is bigger. So the Trojans, to stay in this game and be successful, they're going to have to hit them on the inside and make sure it's ball control and run time off that clock. And they got to catch the ball when it hits their hands. You know, that's a ball that needs to be caught over there. You are absolutely correct. And they're not going to catch the edge. Again, loss on the play maybe of 2, going to bring up a 4th and 12 now for the Trojans. Going to punt the ball back here to University School. Last time they tried to catch the edge, loss of 1. This time they tried to catch the edge, loss of 3. So success up the middle, banging up the middle. Seems that over the right side they've had the most success so far. You know, we're having a lot of fun here tonight. I'm looking around, and we've got a bunch of directors up here from the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. It's a one big family. It's a lifestyle. It's about teaching kids and empowering kids. And I'm looking at Aaron Curran, our accountant, business manager. Kick is short. Short. I mean, that is a 10-yard kick, and that's not going to help the Suns. And I look around, I see a Shelly Solomon back there. Sweet Shelly, been with her all day. You know, our legal counsel, you know, she helps with the anti-bullying, the kids' mentor, life coach. We got Bob Webster here on the stats. Got Ryan Stout running the production here everywhere. Got Elijah Thompson. He's up on the roof or somewhere with this live camera, one of these shots. And Reed Webster is on the field doing some live shots as well for halftime and for the highlights. And, you know, it's just fantastic to be out here to be able to do the things that we're able to do with these kids and for these kids, and most importantly, keep a spotlight on them and keep them involved. And we're just excited to see everybody and really excited about being here in Coral Springs to kick off the first game this year. We got 6:30 left in the first quarter, and there was a timeout. We want to take a moment. This timeout was brought to you by the Coral Springs Spine and Nerve Center. They provide superior health and balance through chiropractic. At CSSN, we focus on the cause of the issue and not the resulting factors. We meet all of our patients' expectations and beyond. Here, you're not a patient, you're family. That's www.coralspringspineandnerve.com. 1st and 10, University School. They're at their own 42. Watch out. First play of the game. There's Sean White throwing it down the sideline, a little short. Almost picked off. It is picked off. Tipped and picked. Roderick Miller with the interception. Great job. Nice coverage downfield. Threw it into double coverage. Yep. And even at this level, Glenn, you throw it into double coverage. That happens quite a bit. You get that ball picked off. You got to find your receivers better. Excellent work right there by that Trojans defense. They bring it across the 40-yard line out to about the 41. And it's going to be first down Trojans right there with the first turnover of the game. Hey, if Sean is going to throw it deep down the sideline and he knows, as any other quarterback knows, it's got to be over the outside shoulder, out of bounds. You got to use that out-of-bound marker as your other offensive player, and he threw it short, inside, up man tipped it, and the safety came over and took it. There's a shot up the middle. There I'm talking about. Bang him up the middle. They got to hit him with the beef. Evans-Morris, Jawanza Evans-Morris, again a junior, right here from Coral Springs. Got about 7 on the play. Ball looks like it's on the ground. Let's see what they're talking about out there. And they are. It is a fumble and recovered by the Suns.
Oh, my.
There's
Gotta
that
hold on to
turnover
that
right back.
pigskin.
There you go.
Got to go hold on to that pigskin because although they look, Sean, you know, I guess that was first or second play, looks a little rough. When they get tuned up, you've got to look out. So you got to keep that momentum. You got to keep it.
And if the ball had been 2 yards farther, that would have been a completion because he was behind the defense. They just were lucky enough to get back there because the ball was a bit underthrown. That turnover is not going to help the Trojans, though. They've given it up 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line here.
This is the Suns' 3rd possession, but they've only had the ball twice, 3 times, and they're going to give to a zone read up the middle. Look at that big running back, number 1.
Jordan Scarlett again, class of 2015, so he's only a junior. He is one of the top-rated running backs in the entire country, folks. Not just here, but in the entire country. Go look him up. Jordan Scarlett. It's got a great tape on YouTube. You can see some of the moves and the speed that he has.
2nd down and about 2 yards. Sean's looking to his right, back to his left. He's got heat, and he goes down for 11 yards loss. And that looks like that's number 41.
Beautiful job right there. That was Max Cadeau. Max Cadeau. Another kid who's highly sought after. He's the defensive captain on this team. He's got a lot of colleges looking at him right now, so that was a nice breakthrough right there. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 now for the Suns after the sack.
Single back in the backfield. Twins, both sides. They're looking to sideline for a play call in. Sean's looking to his right again. He throws it right to the out pattern. He catches the receiver for about a 13-yarder and a 1st down. That was still a little short, but the receiver caught it for a 1st down, Suns.
Excellent throw right there. Went down and picked it up off the shoestrings. Made a nice play out of it. And, of course, you know, those are the guys that you're looking for out here, the guys who can make that play. That was Sam Bruce, 5'8", 180, and he's a sophomore.
Big back running up.
Jordan Scarlett again with the carry. Just can't get him off his feet down near the 20-yard line. Another 1st down for the Suns. Now they're starting to rip it inside and outside, getting inside with the running, outside with the throwing. And, of course, you know, when you got an experienced quarterback like that who knows how to run it, has experience in state championship games, he's not really going to get nervous here first game of the year.
Well, it brings up a 1st down down around the 20-yard line. Sean looks again to the sideline for the play. Calls an audible. Now he's looking to his left, deep to his left side, wide open, number 6 down here in the corner for a touchdown. 20 yards, easy, made it look easy. The corner, for some reason, Rick fell right off of him.
Yeah, Sam Bruce again with the reception. I don't know what happened there. He must have put a double move on him because it looked like the Trojans' D-back kind of stopped. Once he stopped, it was all over. Number 6 was gone right past him.
That was pretty. That throw looked like a throw that we probably would have seen at that Elite 11. I've been waiting. Last week he had a little rough week, 3 picks. This week he comes out, it's tipped, but he throws it short. That was a sweet pass.
That right there. And, of course, the adjustment for the wide receiver, keep in mind, he's just a sophomore. He ran under that ball and made a nice adjustment to get to it. So that was a pretty nice play right there. So 13-0 now. University Suns on top of the Trojans here first quarter. Pretty much what you expected to see, Glenn?
Yeah, I thought I thought that Taravella would be able to stay strong in the first quarter. They could have, but they laid the ball down. They turned it over. They've got to maintain that ball control. If they don't, this will get out of hand.
Turnovers and penalties like any other game. You know, they had a couple of penalties here. They had a nice drive they were getting started with, had a penalty, dropped them back. And those types of things, those little mistakes will get you every time. And I think that that's, you know, part of the learning process. I think, you know, when you go against a quality squad like University School, you see where your faults are and what, you know, the things that you've got to work on. The bar is set. Now, how do we get up to that height?
And they're going to identify it. The coaches are going to identify it. They're going to go after those corners all day long. They're going to go after those DBs. Skill on skill, it's going to be a little imbalanced. If they don't get him inside and put pressure on Sean, it's going to be a long night because I think that the Suns have run a total of maybe 6 to 10 plays. And they put 13 points, and they had a turnover. The turnover is what slowed them down.
Yeah, they'd be going for their 21st point right here. And, something to think about, too, with University School and some of the things that they've got going on for themselves. I mean, this gives them now an opportunity to try some newer players and some younger players and put them in and see how they react in situations. And, of course, for the Trojans, it's not a district game, so it's not going to really weigh anything on the end. But you know what you've got to do, and, again, setting the bar for what you've got to do throughout the season because they're in a pretty good district with, Deerfield and Douglas and Piper and South Plantation. I mean, there's some teams there that Taravella is definitely going to have to bring their best game to. So we'll see what happens from there. But I think that, now it's gut check.
Yeah, and it's early. It's very early.
But you got to have a gut check right now. You've got to man up and say, we've got to push their line around and see if we can't get our running game going. And they've had success up the middle. They just abandoned it.
Well, or laid the ball down, and they're going right back to the middle. And there you go. You got room, another 9 yards, number 6.
Jawanza Evans-Morris again on the carry. Nice gain. 2 hands on the ball when he gets to contact, and that's what you've got to have. Again, this is the training grounds right here. What are coaches looking for at the next level? They want to make sure that a kid knows to put 2 hands on the ball when he's ready for contact. So something to think about from that side for Morris. He fumbled the last time. They went right back to him again and said, here, you're still our guy. Protect the ball better.
And one of the advantages University School has is they did get to play a preseason game. So the Trojans are out here the first game of the season. There was no preseason. There he goes, number 6. He gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, maybe a short one on the play.
And they had the advantage of being able to have that preseason game, to get the cobwebs out a little bit, if you could say, because you're going through those 2-a-days. They get hot, it gets old, you're tired, you're sore. Now let's get out and play some action. So, it may take a half for them to get warmed up.
Yep, absolutely. And, University Schools had their mulligan, basically, so they know what the other team brought to the table last week and how, some of the things that they needed to change, which are turnovers and penalties. And obviously they're winning that battle here, and you could look on the scoreboard and see what the effect of that is.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 yards. Gives up the middle again. And I like that running. Number 21's running hard.
Samar Smith, another ex-Coral Spring Chargers. The backfield here, both these kids were a long-time Coral Springs Charger, which is the youth program here in Coral Springs, feeding into the high schools. So it's nice to see that it's working out all the way up at this level as well.
Yeah, it's nice to see it feed over. And for folks that don't know it, in Coral Springs, we have 4 or 5 high schools.
We have 5 high schools now.
5 high schools, including the charter school, which is down in Key West tonight. And Key West plays Heritage. So Adam Miller down there, the head coach, who I got the chance to coach at the JV level, is down there against Key West, who plays in a much bigger division. Adam is building this thing. Adam had the kids on the Wednesday night show. It was great. So the Trojans had the ball. He's back to throw down the middle, over his head. He's wide open. It was a nice pass. It was just high to number 10.
There's Adam Sinclair again. That was Mark Jeans with the attempt, but unfortunately over his head, and they're going to go ahead and punt it again. 4th down, 4th and 6 here for the Trojans, and it seems like they're abandoning that running game again when they've had success with it, Glenn. They want to, 1 down, 2 downs, and then boom, they start wanting to go downfield again, and it seems to me like they can make some holes out there if they stick with their game plan here. But, again, lots of time in this one. Just 2 minutes to go here, first quarter.
He's got to get his timing down and get the throws down. He's still got the little bit of the Gibbs going on, and he's got the adrenaline going too hard. He's just got to settle in and get the throw in. That's a bad snap. University picks the ball up down here at the 10, brings it down to the 10-yard line, and I'll tell you right now, Rick, it can get out of hand nasty. The snap didn't look that bad.
No, he should have had that out of there. He kind of took his time to get it out of there. It looked like number 23, Hunter Scheckman, an offensive lineman, a senior, was down there with the block and the recovery. Sarah prevented a touchdown right there, but the ball's going to be right at the 10-yard line now. University's going to have it 1st and 10 right there. I guess it looks like the 11-yard line from up here, Glenn. So, again, turnovers, penalties, those types of things that'll just ruin your day. They're starting to happen for the Trojans in bunches, and hopefully they can stop this, stop the stem here and get things rolling. Yeah,
you cannot play football at this level against this quality of a team and have turnovers. It will get you in a lot of trouble fast, and you kind of wonder what they've been doing in practice. Give us a number 1 right up the middle. I love it. With a fullback and a tailback in there, he picks up what, about 4 or 5 yards?
Heck of a player right
4
there.
4 yards.
To think he's a junior, that Jordan Scarlett, he's probably going to get close to 2,000 yards if he keeps running through lines like this.
Big boy. Big boy.
And fast. You know, he's not one of those kids that that he looks big and plays fast.
Well, Sean's got him down there at about the 10-yard line. He's dropping back, sprints it out, throws it out to the right-hand side. It's a touchdown in the corner. What a pinpoint pass Sean White throws to his wide receiver out there. And I'm trying to get the number for you, Rick. It looks like number 2, maybe.
Jarius Brown.
What a throw.
Another senior on this team. Another experienced player. Jarius Brown going into the end zone for the touchdown.
That was a quality pass.
Sorry about that. We'll give you the right information. It was number 17, Chris Taylor, a senior wide receiver there with that reception. Beautiful work down in the corner. Nice timing pattern right there.
Yes, it was.
And the conversion attempt is successful. Brings the score up to 20-0 now, University School. Still in the first quarter, about 1:16 to go here. Suns are looking like all the national power they should be, and the way they're ranked right here, Glenn. They seem to be really out here in force, just hammering the ball up and down the field, stealing it, getting turnovers, causing penalties. The types of things that teams that have the 0 on the board do, and the teams that have the 20 on the board are doing the other side of it. So I think University School right here, right now, is going to get a chance to play some players. Maybe Roger's going to get a look at some kids that may help them down the line, especially when they start getting into their tough district.
That's how you build championship programs. You get all the starters out the first half, and you bring in second and third so they're ready to play the next year. We were fortunate enough to follow them and cover them in the state championship game. And I'm telling you, by that time of the season, game number 15, they were smoking, and they didn't give those guys a chance. I mean, they just went, they moved the ball up and down the field, and they look like they're on track to do the same thing this year. Squib kick.
What's pretty impressive, too, is that this program has really only been operating for 8 years at the high school level. And that's it, 8 years. Roderick Miller with the kick return gets it out across the 30. 41-yard line they're going to give him right here. First down, Trojans. Nice little run back right there. Broke a couple of tackles.
Well, 2 things they need to do. 1, they need to hold on to the ball and run out the clock. Or number 2, they need to score. But either one of them are going to suffice. Do not turn that ball over because the Suns are scoring at will within seconds.
Yeah, 1 and 2 play drives. That'll kill a coach quickly.
Right up the middle.
Student body straight ahead. Got about 4 on the play. Seems to be the play that's working the best for the Trojans right there, just pushing everybody forward. That interior line, number 75 there, Enrique Caraballo. Got some size in there from the right side. One thing about the Trojans' O-line is that they've got some big boys in there.
They do. They're moving at 4 yards a give.
Yep. But it seems like University School's suckering them into doing something different. And there it is, another inside. Look, 4 or 5 yards again.
More, he got 10. About 10 on that one. Nice little scat back. Kept his legs running. Number 21.
Samar Smith again with the carry, another senior. He had a brother also that's from Coral Springs here, went to Harvard. Played 4 years at Harvard.
Impressive. They're going to probably let the clock run out here.
Funny thing about Harvard, too, is that you don't get a scholarship to go to school there.
No, you don't. Division III, Ivy League, there are no scholarships, but they have, literally, they have more money than they do at the other levels, believe it or not.
Tells you what kind of talent, though, on the mental side that kid comes from. You know,
got to love it, being able to play at Harvard and get that kind of education and get the people around you. You know, that's what I talk about playing the game. You talk about education. That's the place to get it.
Right. There's plenty of guys that are at Harvard that are making more than football players every year, I'll tell you that for sure. And they're not getting beat up every weekend. So that is the end of the first quarter.
Into the first quarter, it's 20-0. We're going to let them take a break, and we're going to take a quick break. This is high school primetime brought to you live by HSPN Sports. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
All right, here we go back with second quarter action. Trojans have the ball, 2nd and 9. And they're on their own, looks like inside. There you go. Roderick Miller, junior running back with the carry around the left side. Got it down inside the 35, about the 33-yard line right there. That's Taravella's first down of the game right there. So they are driving the ball. Now, there was a nice instance where they bounced it inside and then took it outside, Glenn, but they've set up the inside now, so maybe they've got a chance to make some yardage doing it that way.
You're right, Rick. They've got to have ball control, and they've got to get the ball down the field, and they've got to hold on to the ball to keep the ball away from University's high-powered offense.
And here they are with the penalty again. Interior line moved. Dead ball. Oh, they're calling encroachment on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty there against the Suns. That'll give Trojans 5 yards further downfield. Still first down, too.
There you go. If they get on the board here, run down 2-3 minutes, 4 minutes, it's still a game. It's 20-7. They got to keep it close, though. Keep it out of the high-octane offense.
Evans Morris again getting plenty of work. Got it down about the 25-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down, short 2 maybe, here for the Trojans. Seem to be moving the ball really well with this two-headed running attack. Samar Smith and Jawanza Evans Morris. Moving the ball.
Second down and very, very short. Pounded up the middle.
Seems to be working for the Trojans. All the plays that they've had that have been positive plays have all come up the middle except for the one outside play here on this drive.
And there they go. Nice hole, but the safety closes quick.
Excellent tackle right there.
Big hit. Number 23 made that hit.
That's Hunter Scheckman. I think he was also helped out in there by Bradley Clement, one of their linebackers. Another junior out there.
And that was Smith on the carry. Picked up maybe 1.
3rd and 1.
It's important down right here for the Trojans. They've got to maintain possession and keep that clock rolling. And more importantly, keep it out of the Suns' hands.
Yeah, I don't know that a field goal is going to help you here.
Nice move. Number 6 to the outside. Wow, he takes it all the way down, almost to the end zone, and the referee's going to mark it down here right at, well, I don't see where his mark is.
Looks at the 1-yard line right there. Nice work by Evans Morris getting around the outside, not quitting. They thought they pushed him out of bounds there. He kept fighting for extra yards, got it down to the 1. That's going to be 1st and goal for the Trojans right there.
That's about a 21-yard scamper by the young man.
Trojans right now looking like they're putting a drive together here, maybe backing off and putting some of those University kids on their heels here. Their O-line is really pushing and making a move right here. Let's see how they do if they could tuck it in the end zone here.
See if they can pound the rock. They got the big boy in there. Gives to the outside. Breaks the tackle. Number 9 had him. Still on his feet. Gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice work right there. That's Roderick Miller fighting for every inch. Didn't get in, though. It's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Desperately need to get this in the end zone. I'm not sure if they want to waste time back there moving people around. Just bang it.
Seems to have been working for them all the way. Right straight up the middle behind that center and right guard and right tackle. They seem to be moving the line. So we'll see how they work this year. I mean, obviously they're trying to misdirection, maybe open up some holes inside to get to that point.
And more importantly, the clock is running. Now that's an interesting backfield. Right up the middle.
Samar Smith into the end zone.
Touchdown, baby. That's power football.
Excellent. That was a direct snap. No quarterback in there.
Trojans put one on the board. Very important.
Impressive drive right there. Samar Smith, number 21.
Important drive. Set up by that great 21-yard run by the running back.
Yeah, Evans Morris did a nice job getting on the outside there. It seems like both of their big runs on that play, Glenn, were both on the outside. Cut inside, move outside. So maybe the coaches have found a way to get the ball moving here.
Breathe a little life into him. Wow. Snap rolls back.
And
Kicker.
the conversion is good.
Good for them. Wow. That was a snap that rolled back.
That was senior Alex Pachelko with the kick. And the Trojans are on the scoreboard, Glenn, so this could turn this game around a little bit for them now. They've kept their defense off the field for a few minutes here to give them a chance to rest up, because you know they're going to be getting stretched again by that university team, so maybe this will give them some confidence. And, of course, another turnover, something like that, get them right back into the game here quickly.
Get them back in at the half, let them go inside and regroup and get their heads back on, but more importantly, let's keep them not too score, 3 and score. Let's pound them a little bit. Let's make sure to put a little pressure. You got to put pressure on Sean White. If you're going to give him that kind of time, skill on skill, they're going to beat him all day long.
Exactly. And, you know, you could see a little bit of a bounce in the step now for the Trojans. They're coming out here looking to get back into the game here. They feel like they've obviously broken the big goose egg up on the scoreboard there. Now this gives them a better chance. You know, they don't feel like, oh, they're national ranked and look at us. Look at they're pummeling us out here. Now we're back in the game here. That's a good thing for your whole team.
Absolutely, and this is their homes. This isn't their home stadium. This is their home field. So the fans here, a majority of them are Trojan fans, and they definitely want to show up tonight in the home of Coral Springs. Let's see what they can do with the Suns in kicking this ball off, and it would be a good thing if they could kick it into the end zone. Oh, it's an onside kick. Are they going to get it?
That's a beautiful
kicker
kick.
Gets it. The kicker gets the ball.
That's a beautiful
How
job
about
right
that?
there. Alex Pachelko right there just kicked the extra point and ran right up on that ball. You can't textbook that any better than that. That was a perfect play.
That? I love it.
Perfect. And the Trojans now have the ball with a little bit of momentum. Let's see. We do have a flag. I wonder if they're going to get him for first touch here. It looked like it went past the 10 yards, though. Let's see.
It did. Right in front of us. Great call by the coach.
When you've got the momentum, you've got to ride that momentum all the way. That's what growing up, that's what they always tell you. Nope, they're going to pick up the flag. There is no flag. Trojans are going to get it right there, 1st and 10 at about the 48-yard line.
Remember, you're watching high school sports on the HSPNsports.com, presented by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. This is Glenn Stout. I'm here tonight with Rick Covell, a new and wonderfully talented announcer that we brought into our team. Damian Hunt and Coach DC, hey, they're coaching. One at Hialeah, one at Pinecrest in Broward County, one in Hialeah, Florida. And, Rick, it is wonderful to have you on the team.
Thanks, Glenn. Well, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be working again with you. Great story about you and I with my youngest son, and you were his very first football coach, and he, went all the way through and played into college. So, obviously you gave him the love of the game right there when he was a youngster, 6 years old, and his son and your son, and growing up together and all through the process. So, it's a great game, and I think as we talked about before, it takes a lot of mental toughness to play this game, but it also takes the physical ability, and that's what I love about the Keeping the Dream Alive Foundation. And we work on the mental part. These coaches out here do a great job of doing the physical part, but we work on the mental part with these young men to get them prepared for life, to get them ready to go out. So here we go, out of the timeout. That timeout, ladies and gentlemen, once again sponsored by Coral Springs Spine and Nerve Center, providing superior health and balance through our chiropractic at CSSN. We focus on the cause of the issue and not the resulting factors. We meet all of our patients' expectations and beyond. Here, you're not a patient, you're family. Once again, Coral Springs Spine and Nerve Center, www.coralspringsspineandnerve.com. Short gain on that play again, Glenn, about 3 yards. But it's nice. They're keeping the ball, and they're moving it straight up the middle. It seems like they finally figured out where they're going to get the most success in moving the ball, and they seem to be hitting it for 3-4 yards every time now.
And more importantly, the receiver that caught that ball, he stayed in bounds. They give it to the outside. He does hit the edge. That's number 4. He's running the ball well tonight. He gets out there to the first down, and he kept it in bounds.
Roderick Miller again The second time now he's gotten outbound outside and got around the corner. About 7 on that carry right there, 3rd and 1.
Hey, this is going to be impressive. They keep running this clock and getting it down the field, pick up 4 yards of play. We called it 4 and score. They'll get it in the end zone. They have plenty of time to eat it up. And, hey, Rick, they get it in the end zone. It's a 6-point game.
Oh, it's a way different game. And, again, you take back the turnover that they had. This would be a pretty close game because they gave it away down in their, deep in their end zone there with the block punt. So if you get some kind of thing going on here with another score, things are going to be good. Excellent work again over the left side. Looked like Jawanza Evans-Morris with the carry and got enough for another Trojans first down. They're going to mark it at about the 31-yard line. A little bit more than 8 minutes to go here in the first half. And the Trojans are driving the ball again. They scored, recovered a beautiful onside kick, and now they're driving the ball again.
Yes, they are. Another first down for the Trojans. Ball control.
What a perfect night for football here in Florida, though.
It is. The sun's beginning to set. Here we go with the reverse.
Uh-oh.
And they were all over it. Number 4 for the University Suns is all over that. He stayed at home, did not confuse him, and wrapped him up for a 4 or 5 yard loss.
And a highly sought-out player, that Richard Yergin right there. He is a senior. He's committed to Notre Dame, by the way, so just so you see the type of quality athletes. Their quarterbacks going to Auburn. They got defensive backs that are going to Notre Dame. I mean, these are quality athletes. So and those are the things that you take into account when you start looking at how you're going to formulate your offense and what are you going to do to drive the ball. You've got to look where those players are and not let them be the star that they are.
Exactly. They've got at least 7 or 8 FBS football players. Here's a run over the left side. Picks up about 3 or 4.
Samar Smith working hard.
Continues to run the clock. They've got players on that team that probably could play anywhere, and there's at least 7 or 8 that'll be FBS players, and if not all of them committed or verbally committed.
Well, their whole senior class, outside of 1 or 2 right now, is already committed, and it seems like their junior class have kids that are all being looked at by all the great SEC schools, University of Miami, all those types of places. So it's not the the small D3 schools. It's all of them. D3, D2, D1, NAIA. You can play at any of those places, and that's what's great about HSPN is that we bring this broadcast to all these coaches who can be sitting around watching it and seeing what's going on.
Screenplay up the middle. Picks up about 3 or 4.
Evans-Morris going to bring up a 4th down and about 4 now here for the Trojans. But this is the beauty of what we do here, Glenn, is that we have coaches that are coaching a program that may not have the same kind of money available to them that Alabama or Auburn or those types of schools have, but they have somebody that can sit in a room and turn on a TV and watch what we're bringing to them. And if they see a kid here that strikes their fancy, maybe it's not a senior, maybe it's a sophomore or even a freshman, they start putting them on their watch list, and they start looking for these kids. So let's see what the Trojans are going to do here. 4th down.
4th down and a long 4. Another reverse to the inside. He's got the first down, and the clock is running. Looks like to me the ground caused the fumble.
Evans-Morris with the carry, running hard.
Yeah, the ground caused the fumble.
And the Trojans recovered it anyway, so one way or the other. They got it down inside the 15-yard line. Trojans are really moving the ball now. They're starting to get some momentum going here. And again, that's one of the big things in football, especially at this level. You start getting that momentum. You start running downhill. So they've got a water break out on the field, Glenn. And one of the things that I also wanted to ask you about is, as far as the mentoring and all those types of things, how do these kids get involved in being interns with the program, and if they wanted to be a part of it, how would they go about getting involved with that?
Great question. If you want to be involved with the program, you can go to or email hspn@hspnsports.com. Ryan Stout will get back to you. You can also email Ryan directly at ryan@hspnsports.com. The interns are an integral part. This is the high school production network run by high schoolers, so we want to have shadowing us high school students that will eventually take over this broadcast. We do have high schoolers and college students right now that are running cameras on the field and doing stats for us right now. And the unique thing and the opportunity is for us is that through KDA Foundation, since we are a 501c3, we can give them service hours, which can either get them to the hours they need or put those cords on when they walk to get their graduation. And more importantly is, like you said, those coaches around the country at those 1,600 schools that don't have the recruiting budgets, they can tune in to hspnsports.com, and they can wire it into their TV if they wish, and they can watch these games live. Down the middle, nobody there. Incomplete pass.
Big pressure right straight up the middle there as well, so got rid of it, so that was a good thing. And, you know, I think that one of the things with that KDA and the foundation and what everything's trying to go about, Glenn, is not only just the intern program, but the mentoring program and all those other things that it's built just for high school kids. And, you know, people like yourself that have the experience, people like Ryan who knows what it takes to get a scholarship, that have gone through the trials and tribulations of that, and you know, being able to share that with parents and, you know, helping them every way they can to get their kid through and get them into school. And that's really the beautiful thing. I think that you know, the end result is you don't have to be a football player or a baseball player or a soccer player. You just need to be a great kid, and the KDA Foundation will take care of you from there.
They picked up another 5 on third down. You're absolutely right to feed off of that, Rick. And if they want to do that, any athlete, male or female, go to ncrasportsnetwork.com. ncrasportsnetwork.com, and you can post a free profile, and there's tons of forums, support on learning, teaching them how to learn how to play the recruiting game.
And it is a game. We have a timeout on the field. Trojans, they are driving the ball down near the 10-yard line here. And they've kept the ball out of University's quick strike offense, which is a great thing. They've almost had the ball the entire quarter here.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We've got 4:42 left on the clock. University 20, Taravella 7. This is Glenn Stout with Rick Covell with the hspnsports.com. Brought to you by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Stay with us.
Down the Bruce Room, great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste, you found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room, great taste is just the beginning.
All right, here we go. Trojans again driving the ball. They've got it 3rd and 5. Looks like it's right at, just inside the 15-yard line here. Or, I'm sorry, right inside the 10-yard line.
Got that big backfield in there, Rick, and if they could pound one in, this is a game.
Samar Smith just pounded it inside. Yep, keep those legs driving. He's inside the 5-yard line.
Flag is down. We'll see what the call is. It may be a hold. Flag was coming out as the running back was going down. It was looks like it was enough for the first down, Rick, but let's see what the referees have to say. Talking to University School. Yes. It's going to probably be a hold. It's right in there with the line judge. And that is a big, that's a shame.
It's kind of been the story of the game so far for the Trojans. They'll move the ball, get a penalty.
5 yards.
Oh, that looks like a sideline warning against the Trojans.
Okay. Well, it brings it up. Now it brings them back to 3rd down and 10. Started the clock back up. And we've got the clock started, but they don't have the clock started. So we will go with the game clock.
A sideline warning to get you back out from the shadow of the goal line there.
We are going to.
Trojans 3rd and 10 right here.
We will be close to the clock, folks. We're watching the referees, but we're not hooked into the clock, so we'll be within a few seconds of it.
Here we go. Adam Sinclair under center again for the Trojans. 3rd and 10.
There's that reverse again. I thought he might throw. He is going to throw. Oh, my goodness. He threw it across the middle of the field to a wide-open University player, and he's taking the ball down to the 50, the 40, 30, 20. Touchdown, University, with a running back, number 4.
Halfback option.
Off a double fake. Throws the ball right into the middle of his hands. and he just makes this lopsided. Wow. Holy mackerel. Now that will hurt. That will hurt you.
We'll get you the number on that in just a second. I want to say it was number 20. It looked like 24, which is Marlon Cardosa. Sorry, 26. It was 26. Here we go. So,
wow.
Quincy Wilson. There you go. One of the top-rated DBs in the country right there. Committed to Florida, going to the Gators next year.
That was 93 yards. 93 yards. The running back, he was looking right at the running back. The running back was looking right at the defender. And he had a receiver in the end zone, but the receiver was 10 yards behind the defender, and he threw it right to the numbers and made it very easy on him.
Running on the rollout and throwing back across your body into the center of the field. Most real quarterbacks don't do that, let alone running backs or halfbacks. So all the stars for University School have shown up.
They have, and they're
all
ready
of their
to play.
stars. Yep, all their stars. Quincy Carter's shown up. Scarlett has shown up.
Oh, fumble snap. I mean, it doesn't mean anything other
Conversion
than
is no good.
It's one less point. And we've got a, wow, Taravella, that is a 13-point swing.
And that young man that just had that interception, Quincy Wilson, Glenn, just so you know, he's got a GPA at 3.02. He's also a track and field star. He runs a 4.47 40, a 4.2 shuttle run. He's been a starter for them. This is his second season now. Last year, 34 tackles, 1 interception, so he's already matched that. And he's got 123 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 25 pass breakups in his career at University School. And, you know, he was just a starter last year, so he's been on that field getting plays just like a lot of these youngsters now or for University School that are going to get into this game, and they're going to get a chance to play against a very good Taravella team that just can't seem to match the speed and you know, keep hurting themselves with penalties.
Very tough skill on skill. The talent level, they're a pound to rock. Taravella is a pound to rock inside team. They do have a couple of kids, young kids that can get to the edge, but player for player, skill for skill, it's just a little bit unmatched. And again, University had a game under their belt. Well, we may see this get lopsided the second half, but we'll see what coach does to them at halftime to get them revved back up, to get them back into this
game. Well, you know, and the coaching staff, or whoever it was, you know, who's not controlling the sidelines, actually hurt that last drive, Glenn, because they were in the shadow of the goalpost there. They were down inside the 5-yard line. That penalty moved them back outside to the 20, and then they had to try a trick play to try to move the ball, and, of course, that came back to get them.
Big kick. Back of the end zone.
That's 4 out of 5. The only one that didn't go into the end zone is the one he slipped on, Glenn. So I'm sure there's going to be some D1 program out there looking for a kicker that can put it into the end zone.
Deep into the end zone because they're 10 yards farther back when they get up to college.
Yeah, and, of course, in high schools, once it touches the end zone, it's a touchback. They're not allowed to run it out, or I'm sure we'd see some of these athletes try to make it out of there just because they're that good and that fast. So here we go. Taravella's going to have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Trailing 26-7 with 3:48 to go here in the first half. They need to sustain another drive here to get the ball and get the clock off because they don't want to give them the ball with any time.
Yeah, cut the razzle-dazzle. Let's pound the rock and get into halftime, and more importantly, maintain possession of the ball because if you give it back to the Suns, they're going to strike again.
That was just a tough call right there for that running back. You feel bad for him because you know he wanted to get that ball out there, but you know, again, it's that's a tough throw for a guy who trains as a quarterback, let alone a running back who's out there trying to make it work. So, you know, some of the learning things, and as we talked about earlier on, this isn't a district game, so it's not going to hurt you down the line as far as what your record is. So you've got a chance to learn here, and again, you're going up against a quality opponent here, so you can really set the bar and find out where your team is and what you need to work on. And obviously, right now, we know that they need to work on turnovers and penalties because that's what's killed them so far.
And I'm not too sure that you're going to run 2 double reverses in the same series and think you're going to outsmart Roger Harriot's staff.
Pass is incomplete right there, which hasn't helped. You know, the accuracy of the Trojans quarterback tonight hasn't been what it needs to be. He's missed some really easy plays, a couple of throws over the middle that were too high. One was intercepted, so he's got some work to do on just timing those patterns and getting the ball down, because everything seems to be high, and what happens there. Those where the interceptions are.
I'm not sure what the thinking of is the coach on a 3-yard out. That far of an outside pattern with a corner that can come up and possibly the way it's been running is take it to the house. So and also it stops the clock.
Here they are back to running the ball, and they've had success running, but they seem to go away from that, and 1 or 2 plays, and now they're punting again. They're going to give the ball back. Suns have called a timeout to preserve the clock.
Boy, I'm looking at number 79, and he is one heck of a monster on Taravella. This halftime, we've got a report that'll be bringing to you of the high school sports review. Glenn Stout hosted the show over at Coral Springs at 3 Chicks Pizza. Complimentary places where they feed our athletes and take care of our student athletes. So stay with us during halftime for that show. What we'll have is you'll get to see Coral Springs Charter, Adam Miller, head coach, get interviewed by Glenn Stout and several of their athletes, wide receiver, running back, and quarterback for Charter, who tonight are down in Key West. And stay tuned for that. Don't go away. Get to watch it almost in its entirety, and it will be coming right at halftime.
And don't forget, Glenn, we're also going to pick a player of the game, sponsored by Reggae Run-Ins Media, and we're going to go ahead and pick a player from either one of these squads that's done a great job out there, both athletically and defensively, offensively, or whatever it may be. So punt is coming back towards the Trojans. It's going to be down right around the 44-yard line. Let's call it the 45. And that's where the Suns are going to take it 1st and 10. 2:38 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, 2:38, and gives the Suns great field position. The punter is probably averaged 10 yards a punt, and one he dropped, and it was picked up for
and another one was blocked.
Another one was blocked.
Special teams has not been good for the punting so far,
And you get a team like you get a team that is a state championship caliber. They are going to concentrate and concentrate and concentrate on all of those skill positions, but especially they'll put time in special teams.
Nobody,
look at this.
Empty backfield.
Empty set, trips to the right. Sean is going to air it out, ladies and gentlemen. And there you go.
Just something quick and inside. Keep moving those chains around. Sam Bruce
picks up about 7 yards.
I think that's his 3rd reception here in the first half so far. Sophomore.
I know if they're gonna play one-on-one, press coverage. There they go. They're gonna run zone, but they're gonna throw it deep to the right-hand side. Sean's gonna take it on his own, and he's bringing it down close to the 20-yard line, and he's gonna get a personal foul on the out of bounds. It's going to give him probably half the distance to the goal.
Nice recognition there by Sean, seeing everything was covered downfield, took right off, didn't stand around waiting to make a decision, made one and took off and got a nice first down out of it, and of course they're going to tack on some yards at the end.
I'm watching a wide receiver of University that's matched up out here, number 17.
Chris Taylor.
Chris is matched up out here, and I can guarantee you sometime soon the height difference is probably a foot. And young man for the Trojans out here, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Chris already has 1 touchdown. I think he got the 2nd touchdown, the one that was into the corner of the end zone there. So, nice defense right there. That ball was batted down.
Well, Sean he had to make that decision because they had a blitz on. And the blitzing corner was number 26 for the Trojans. And it would have been a sack, so he had to get rid of it, and he threw it low and away.
Smart move right there. Get rid of the ball, come back and try your luck again.
Brings up 2nd down and goal.
I think that was Gabriel Relaford on the defense there. 6'1", 200-pound linebacker, senior for the Trojans.
He's looking to his right, throws it over the middle field. Touchdown. 10-yard touchdown
Sam
pass.
Bruce again on the TD. We do have a flag down. Let's see what that's all about. Pass interference against the Suns.
Against the Suns?
That's what he said. It was pass interference against the Suns.
Okay. Saved by the penalty.
Must have been a push-off in the corner because I didn't see it in the center of the field where the action was.
I didn't see it in the corner either. I was watching the corner.
Just under 2 minutes to go here, first half.
Brings it all the way out.
Yeah, 15 yards. Official timeout. Let's see what we got here. 15-yard penalty on that pass interference. Backs it out now. Going to remain second down. Second and goal.
They've got all the firepower they need. It doesn't really matter where they are on the field. They can strike at any distance, and they're stopping the clock on these penalties, but
I don't know if that's beneficial for the Trojans at this point right now.
Now they're bringing the ball back down the field, Rick.
There we go. Well, they
10 yards back the other way.
They're calling illegal use of hands there, not pass interference, so that's why. 5-yard instead of a 15-yarder, but still, second and goal now. Looks like right around the 15-yard line here for the Suns.
.156. This is taking a while to get this rolling again. They changed the matchup down here on the bottom.
They sure do have some athletes there, though. Look at long and lean. A lot of kids, long arms, long legs.
And they work hard during the offseason. I know they all do, but we've watched and followed them in the Tour of Champions and been down there to visit University. They got one heck of a program and a heck of a facility.
When you consider that they've been playing football for 8 seasons, that's it. Touchdown.
Well, it didn't take long, did it, Rick?
It didn't. I believe that was number 6 again, Sam.
Number 3.
Sorry. Looked like 3. Looked like 6 from over here. But that is, looks like LAJUAN Hunt.
LAJUAN made it look easy. They did it within about a couple seconds, and they put 6 more points on the board. Brings up 32, and we're waiting for the kick. 32-7 with 1:52 still left on the clock. They're going to get that one off, and that one is good. So with 1:52 left in the first half, University School leads by a score of 33-7.
That young man, LAJUAN Hunt right there, 5'9", 190-pounder, committed to the Air Force, which I'm always pleased when I see that kind of stuff. Career stats is rushing yards, 1,435, rushing average of 7 yards a carry, 24 rushing touchdowns in his career. He was a starter last year on the state championship team. Runs a 4.55 40 and a 4.14 shuttle run. Good technique, instinctive, and he's an aggressive player, as you could tell by that run right there. And he's got a GPA of 3.13. So those are the kind of kids. And again, you know, great program, already committed to the Air Force. You know, he's got a 4-year commitment after his playing days are over, but that may be a young man that down the line, you know, 5'9", and I'm sure that there's been a lot of college coaches that say, hey, 5'9", 5'9", 5'9", you're not going to be the biggest guy on my team, but hey, come here, you get a scholarship, you go to the Air Force. I mean, what could be better than that? Well,
discipline and grades. Those grades are going to beat, those transcripts are going to beat athletic ability all day long, and we hear that. We heard it once, we hear it 100 times from Coach Ice Harris down there at Booker T. Washington with his incredible job. And that's just a testament to Roger Harriet and the program at University School, because it is a full program, folks. It includes mandatory study halls, which are in most of the schools now, and we help with our academic mentoring doing that in our study halls as well. That's another deep kick that goes down out of the end zone. And, yes, that young man will be playing at the next level probably on Saturday afternoons. If he continues to kick it to the end line, that means it's in the end zone at the next level. Folks, if you don't remember, NCRASportsNetwork.com is the place for the student-athlete and coaches to see the student-athletes' profiles. Not only are there student-athlete profiles and all the information about them, but information for them through our student forums and teaching them how to play the recruiting game. All student-athletes flying under the radar need to be signed up to NCRASportsNetwork.com.
Trojans 1st and 10 here.
Ball's down on the carpet again. He picks it up. It's going to be a scoop and score. That is going to get really nasty. That is about 20 yards. And it is going to get ugly if they don't keep the ball in their hands.
Bradley Clement on the scoop.
Wow. Very quickly. The Suns jump to 39-7. And Rick, we still have a minute 44 left.
Again, it looks like, again with the turnovers.
There has been a
give
slew
the ball
of them.
away. Bradley Clement's a 5'11", 210-pound linebacker. Good academic student, runs a 4.5 40 and a 4.3 shuttle. And he's a class of 2016, which means he's a sophomore. Another sophomore out there making a difference.
40-7. Still have a minute 44 on the clock. Suns.
Boy, I just harken back to that one penalty there on the sideline. When you're down inside the 10-yard line, you get a penalty off your bench. You move the ball back, then you turned it over, then you turned it over, then you turned it over, then you go 3 and out, and University School is just piling it on from here. But it was a close game. It was 20-7 at that point, Glenn.
20-7. Ran 2 double reverses. Coach Harriot is waiting for you. You're going to run the second one, and you're going to make your running back throw the ball. How many times has he thrown it this season? And he throws it right to the defender, and all of a sudden, 18 points in about 2 minutes. The Suns will bite you quick.
You gave up a pick 6 and a fumble 6 right there within 3 plays of each other.
They know now they're playing with state championship, national championship caliber, because they won't stop this train.
No. And this is a national championship caliber type of team because they're well spread out and they've got talent through all the classes. You've seen 3 sophomores score touchdowns tonight, 2 on the receiving end and 1 on the fumble recovery end. When you start seeing your sophomores making that kind of difference, Coach, there's a lot of different things that can happen in your game, and obviously bringing kids up to that level as a sophomore doing those types of things. Wow.
Folks, if you're with us tonight, don't forget the rest of the season. We pick up 3 to 4 of the top 10 teams in the nation. We will be covering Central. We'll be covering Northwestern. We'll be covering Blanche Ely. We'll be covering Norland. We'll be covering Carroll City. We'll be covering Booker T. Washington, which is the #1 team in the nation right now with Trayon Harris and company. And St. Thomas Aquinas going to Deerfield Beach. We also have American Heritage, as Key West will come up and play them. We'll have Sony Michelle. So we have a jam-packed 13 more games in this season to cover for you live. If you're not watching it on HSPNsports.com, you're not getting it anywhere because we do it live.
We got them watching it here in the stands. I went out and told everybody, hey, this is where you can find the broadcast. People started whipping out their smartphones and watching it right then. So they like having that commentary as well as looking at the game, and obviously they know now that there's a place to go to watch it. So when they're not able to travel with their team, they know that they can come on and watch it right there. See what we got here. 1st and 10, Trojans are at their own 20-yard line.
See if they can hold on to the ball. Smart move, hold on to it and run it up the middle and run that clock.
3-yard gain on the play.
When you say that they learn, they know where to follow the game. I'll tell you, last year we covered Central and St. Thomas in a couple of the first games, and Miss Cook, Dalvin Cook, who is a running back down there, is a phenomenal, one of the best players in the nation. Mom got hooked into the NCRA broadcast network. She sent people there, and they relied on HSPN Sports for them getting the game when they couldn't get to the game.
Which is great, because that's what we're all about, is to show it to you. You don't have to be here. We can help you out and get there. Smar Smith again trying to bounce it outside.
So want to stay in bounds, but he does go out of bounds.
And we do have flags on the play.
And another flag. And to get back to the folks, and we have guys, the coaches, we've got over 1,200 coaches that are signed into NCRA Sports Network on our Facebook page. We've got them watching the games from all over the country. So a lot of these young men, regardless of what the score looks like, that are flying under the radar but have the grades, they have the will, and they play hard on every play, and they got great character. they're still going to be picked up. And what is the unique thing about HSPNsports.com is we don't show it and then hit you up back on the back end for a pay-per-view. It is up there so that these kids and these coaches can take this tape and cut it up for their highlights.
And that's, again, a lot of those coaches that don't have the financial budget that we spoke about earlier on. This is the only way they get to see kids is by people sending them tapes and getting a look at it. And obviously a lot of these kids here deserve to be playing in college, whether it's D1 to D3 or NAIA, whatever it might be. There's coaches out there that need players, and there's players out there that need to go to school. So it's a great matching, system between us and them. And as we continue to grow every year and we break this out and get to more teams and more more schools and those types of things, it's going to make it that much better. And like I said, with mentoring and interns and all the other things for the students, by the students.
Well, we're winding it down. Few seconds left. Second quarter. Folks, don't leave us because we've got the High School Sports Review brought to you by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Watch it. See the excitement. Adam Miller and his group. Hey, here they are. Coral Springs Charter on the HSPNsports.com. This is High School Football Prime Time presented by KDA Foundation on the HSPN Sports Network.
Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation captures the dreams and stories of high school student athletes. Change one life, change a generation.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Glenn Stout. This is the NCRA Sports Network. I hope you all enjoyed the interview with Coach Adam Miller. And now I have a few athletes, some Panther athletes right here. These are my brothers because I was a charter athlete. You guys are charter athletes, so you can just think of me as your older brother. But I'm going to go down the line and have you guys introduce yourself and the positions you play. So go ahead and start, CJ.
I'm Calvin Jackson. I play wide receiver and defensive back.
Kalen Carson, running back.
Joe McChrystal, quarterback.
We got a quarterback, a running back, and a wide receiver. That's a pretty good tandem here. They're planning on putting up a lot of points on the board this season. I hope so.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to start with you, Joe, the leader on the field. How was the game, St. John? You guys prepared all summer long. I'm sure you're ready to play against somebody else, right?
Yes, sir. We prepared all summer, put in the work in the weight room, and just completely went on and dominated them. Really looking forward to the Key West game, going down, playing a big school. Going to be a big, hectic crowd, everybody. They actually think we're projected to lose, but I'm going to prove everybody wrong.
That's the best way to go into it, projected like you're going to lose.
Yes, sir. Play like you're down and just overcome everything. Trust our brothers, like you said. Look at the man next to you and just hopefully just dominate.
Now, you're a senior. That's correct, right, Joe?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are you looking for in a college that wants to recruit you? What do you think is your best aspect? If a college was watching you right now on the camera, what would you say is your best aspect to bring you to a football team?
Just my determination for success. I mean, I'll do anything for success. I'll put in the work, put in the time. I'll do whatever they need. Academics, athletics, whatever they need. I want to just have a chance. Just give me a chance at the next level.
And you're a stud because you're a quarterback, so the girls like that too. We're going to send it over to the speedsters over here. I've been hearing they run a little track and field. I wasn't the fastest person at charter school, but we're going to send it over. CJ, how's it going, man?
It's going good. It's going good.
The legacy, Calvin Jackson Jr. over here, wide receiver, number 11, I believe. I watched them play Friday night. They played at the park that I work at, Coral Glades High School. Caught a few deep balls. They couldn't even cover you. Now, Key West, what do you think about them? How you think you guys are going to do? And what do you think your best aspect is as a game?
I think we're going to play pretty well against them if you come out and execute how we're supposed to. Coming into the game, coming off St. John Newman, we have to improve a lot of stuff, and we practice what we preach, so a lot of stuff that we done in practice, we got to show it in Key West.
All right. Kalen, running back.
Yes.
You played JV last year.
Yes, sir.
Midway through the season, you came up to varsity.
That's
What
right.
was that experience like?
It was fairly different coming from JV to varsity. I played pretty good in JV, and on varsity I picked up the plays pretty well, so it was pretty good.
Now, what would you say is your best aspect as a football player on the field? Obviously, you're a smaller scat back, and you came up from the JV last year, and now you have a full season varsity running back. A lot of things are expected of you. What do you think is your best aspect?
My best aspect is probably my speed and vision, the way I read the blocks and make plays up the field.
Now, you guys are both sophomores, so you guys
Yes.
got some schooling left. Joe's about to be done, heading to the real world. But now that you guys are sophomores, now you're in high school. What do you want to do with yourself in high school? What do you expect of yourself, grades-wise, in classroom-wise, to be able to get to college and to the next level?
Well, first thing I have to do is improve my GPA. I want to get it higher to a 4.0 or higher. I want to get faster, quicker, and I want to catch on to things a little bit faster than what I am.
For high school, I want to, by my senior year, I want to have at least a 4.0 GPA, get faster, get quicker, and learn the game more.
You said a 4.0, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a 4. Not a 2, not a 3, a 4.0 GPA. These guys hold themselves to a high standard over at Coral Springs Charter School. We're really proud to be able to be involved with the program. All right, I want some season predictions. You don't have to be realistic. If you think you're going undefeated and you're going to stomp everybody, you can tell me, but I want to know, what should people expect out of Coral Springs Charter School, starting with you?
Well, they should expect a winning season this year. Looking forward to seeing us in November at FAU. That's pretty much it.
Yep, seeing this November at FAU, undefeated this season. I don't see why we shouldn't.
All right, Captain, what do you think?
Lead our team to victory. Go out, dominate, hopefully undefeated. I want to have the best season at Charter, possibly. And then just be at FAU, lights shine on us, everyone watching us, and take home the championship.
Now, you guys got some big shoes to fill. I know a lot of people think Coral Springs Charter School, small little school in Broward County. Some people don't even realize that charter school exists because the big school is Douglas. But charter school puts players in the league. Yep. You guys have great coaching staff around you. You guys have a great support system around you. We expect big things out of you guys. Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation, NCRA Sports Network. We are so proud to have you guys involved with us, proud to have you guys in the community. If you guys need anything from Keeping Dreams Alive or anything at all, you guys can contact us. These are some of the fellow Panthers that are going down to Key West to play, and we just hope you guys have a great season, and we will be in contact with you guys. Hopefully we'll have you guys back on after the season's over, maybe 8-0, 9-0, going into the championship. So these are the Panthers. We're going to go to a quick break, and we'll come back soon. Stay tuned.
There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
We're here, we got your back.
And you can go back and get your college degree and come back and help us, man.
It all started with a dream. And now it's up to us to keep it alive.
If you're sitting out there and you're wondering, you have to start that process.
Education comes first. You never know what the future holds.
Gave me a better opportunity to make it in life. Live your dreams.
How far are you willing to go?
The Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation is a youth organization that specializes in empowering communities and providing opportunities for academic and athletic growth.
KDA just partnered up with University of Miami for these community-based projects as far as the athletes coming out and talking about athletics becoming bigger, faster, and stronger, and KDA talking about becoming a great student. Can you share with us the recent partnership with KDA and the city of Pompano Beach and bringing these type activities?
Well, I think Keeping Dreams Alive is doing an awesome thing. We noticed that from the jump, and we think this could be a partnership for a long time just because of what you guys believe in, what you stand for, and you kind of correlate with what we do. So it's awesome what you guys do in this this community, and that's the #1 thing, is to give back to these kids and let them understand that we're here for them. You know, anything we could do to give back, you know, we're here. So KDA is doing an awesome thing, and we're just happy that we're partnering up with you guys to do that as well.
Yeah, you know, it's great to see the kids in the summertime, have this opportunity at this beautiful facility with your organization, and just having that sense of giving back. Because a lot of times, you know, the kids sitting around during the summer, and to see the collegiate level come back, give back to the community, have you guys put this on for the kids, it's really special. All ages too. You got preschool kids working with college kids, and the high school kids pushing themselves. It's a really neat opportunity for everybody.
My name is Stephen Morris, quarterback, University of Miami, born and raised in Miami, Florida. I think you gotta be a level-headed person. My mom and dad do a great job of making sure that I'm always on top of my things, especially with academics. And when it comes to schoolwork, I gotta put that first. And definitely preparing for games, and throughout game weeks, I really holler at my coaches, make sure that we're on the same page with each other. And you know, it's just really good on time management.
All right, and last but not least, we deal with a lot of student athletes out there in pursuing a scholarship of a graduation in college. What advice you got for any student athletes pursuing college?
To just keep working, just to always make sure that, you know, staying positive with your coaches, communicating with them, having an opportunity to do the right thing on and off the field, and the coaches in college will recognize you.
That made us a lot closer and understanding about dreams. Right. If they want to keep their dreams alive, the education part is the thing that gets it done. Yeah. Football sets it up, they look at it, but if I don't have the grades to be able to solidify it, nothing changes, nothing happens. So with that, that really made us stronger on the field, because guys start seeing themselves having good grades, understanding that, then they realize that I can make it. I can get a chance to get out of here and change my life. Make sure all
Here we are coming back to you live. Halftime 40-7, University School Suns over Taravella Trojans. Give you a quick scoring update in the first quarter. Jordan Scarlett had a touchdown run, the number one there for the Suns. Sam Bruce had 2 touchdowns receiving. Chris Taylor had a touchdown receiving. Quincy Wilson a 93-yard interception return for a touchdown. LaJuan Hunt had a touchdown, and then Bradley Clement had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. The lone Taravella score was Samar Smith on a direct snap. And we want to, obviously remind you that next week on Wednesday, is it Wednesday, I believe, when we do our show?
Next Wednesday, High School Sports Review, which Ryan ran this halftime. It is the High School Sports Review with Glenn Stout at 7:30 at 3 Chicks Pizza, which is on Sample Road. We will have the show, and it will have players from each one of the schools and coaches that we can get up there, so you don't want to miss that.
We'll also have our player of the game hopefully invited and joining us there as well. Player of the game is sponsored by Reggae Run-Ins Media, celebrating 13 years as a DJ host of Reggae Run-Ins on Hot 105 FM. You can also catch Tonto Erie on South Florida's #1 radio station, featuring 3 hours of reggae music every Saturday night from 10 to 1. ReggaeRunninsMedia.com.
Yeah, and that's a great show on Saturday night, 10 to 1 o'clock. Ryan is the producer of that show, and you can watch it live. They have students go up there and an intern as well there, the entertainment media aspect. We're just not a sports network. We're all over. We're an entertainment network, and we're a network for the kids, by the kids. And Tonto will literally bring those young people up there. And the week before last, we had players from Boyd Anderson and Carroll City. Both of their coaches were up in Hot 105 booth, and they were on live from about 11 o'clock. And so Tonto is all about giving back to the community. So is Hot 105, and they do a wonderful job supporting our kids.
That's a great intern program that they have going on there. And just to bring you up to speed, our halftime sponsor, folks, is the National Collegiate Recruiting Association, NCRA. And NCRA is a national recruiting service giving student-athletes of sports through our own NCRA Sports Network broadcast company. We give them the opportunity to get the needed national attention and exposure to use their athletic ability to help pay for a great education. You want to find out more information, go to www.ncrasportsnetwork.com. Again, www.ncrasportsnetwork.com.
And don't miss all the important forums and blogs of information regarding financial means, how to get on FAFSA, how to get Pell Grants, knowing the difference between a grant and a loan, the Perkins and Stafford loans. When they give you your contracts and they have all this negative money, it is a loan. Make sure you can identify that. We have all the ways that you figure that out, all the websites that we have plugged in that you can go to figure that out. And we have educational forums to let you understand the 8 steps that it takes for the proper high school resume. And students, that is very, very important to understand that concept. You've got to make it simple and stupid, because these coaches that are listening in and watching right now, you know it. If we can make it easy for you, it's going to make it easy for them, and you climb that ladder and we get you up in that front door quick. So follow the steps, go on to ncrasportsnetwork.com. It is absolutely free because it's sponsored by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation.
And, of course, if your son is not Tom Brady and you don't have a bazillion coaches knocking down your door, this is the best way to get there. There are coaches, there are programs out there that need your kids. So support Keeping Dreams Alive for the young people who are the future of our country. And together we can create a brighter future for everyone.
That's Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. And we invite you to volunteer, to donate, to become a corporate partner. It's all there on the site, kdafoundation.org. Well, here we go. 33 points, lopsided. We've got a full second half, 24 minutes to go. Taravella has to kick the ball off to the Suns. The Suns will get the ball, and we'll see if Roger is going to play all of his players tonight, because he certainly will get a chance to do that. And if Taravella doesn't hold on to the ball, they will strike fast and they will strike often, and you can't hold back just because they are a second team. They're going to be a second-team All-American. They are still going to want to score just as bad as the first team because they want that spot as bad as the rest of them.
Jimmy Johnson said it best many years ago, Glenn. He said, it's not up to me to stop my team, it's up to you to stop my team.
I love it, and he's absolutely correct. So here we go. It's another onside kick. It's a high bouncer. Oh, my goodness. It goes out of bounds. It was a great kick, but it took too big of a hop, and it goes out of bounds.
Illegal procedure against the Trojans, giving the Suns another decision on a penalty where they want to take the ball or whether they want to have them re-kick it. Looks like they're going to let them take it right there at about the 45-yard line.
I think they'll be happy at the 45. How many plays do you think it's going to take, Rick?
Oh, boy, I'll go out on a limb and say 5 plays here for this drive right now.
Okay, I'm going to give them 3.
I can assure you that University School is not going to call off the dogs. They're going to have their starters in there for at least this part of the third quarter because they're still trying to work on things as well.
Absolutely. They weren't the sharpest nail in the file cabinet last week when they played Homestead. So, yeah, they need to get time. They play a big schedule this year. They're playing Miami Central. And number 6 takes the ball. He cuts back off his inside foot, which will never work.
It'll help you, too, when your special teams and your defense are putting up 6 points for you all over the place.
Absolutely.
Which is what they've had going on for them. They've had 2 special team score and or 2 defense scores and a special team score.
Scoring all over the place. Bring up 2nd down and 4. Sean's trying to get him in the right place. He's got trips to the left-hand side. Single back in the backfield. It's humid out here. He's drying his hands. Throws a quick slip screen out here to number 6. Boy, oh boy, if he finds the seam, but number 1 for Taravella makes the hit.
Just trying to blast his way right through there again.
Or else it's another touchdown.
Yeah. And you know, again, with the University School, I mean, this is Sam Bruce. This is a sophomore that's doing these plays. This isn't a senior. This is a sophomore out here making these plays. First down, University School. They are on the Trojan side of midfield, about the 43-yard line here, just underway third quarter.
2 backs in the backfield. Sean gives it right up the middle, and it is a big breaker for another 20 yards. That's number 3.
That's LaJuan Hunt again.
20-yard gain.
5'9" fullback. Blasting away, got about 17, 18 on that carry.
That's 2 plays.
There you go. I don't want to be right, but it's looking like it's unstoppable here right now.
Well, we have nothing against the Trojan. We represent all these young men, but we have followed University School, and these are the big dogs. Looks like might be a face mask. Flags are everywhere. He did pull his head around. Last thing they do is
against the Suns.
Wow, okay.
That's a spot foul. You know, it'll be marked 10 yards from where that hold occurred. It'll still remain first down for the Suns. Great job, though, on the Trojans there, just stopping it and get the bleeding stopped a little bit here. Maybe they can get their defense back on track here and put some stops in, but they need it right here, right now.
It looks like it's offsetting, Rick. It was a face mask because I definitely saw the face mask. We had a hold on the Suns' face mask on the Trojans, so it's offsetting, so they're going to do it all over.
Excellent. Still first down then. Single back in the backfield.
Still the 3rd play in the series. Got twin set, single back in the backfield. Sean gives it up the middle. The horses got it. They ride him down for about a 4-yard gain.
LaJuan Hunt again on the carry. Big, strong kid, 5'9", about 190 pounds.
They're all big, they're all fast, and they are all smart.
Another sophomore.
Calling a play on the line of scrimmage. Twins again, single back in the backfield. Draw play. Right up the middle. He's held on to by number 56 of the Trojan.
Excellent work right there, Jordan.
A slew of them come on. But
that was Jordan Scarlett right there. Tavares Tate Lopez on the stop, a sophomore for the Trojans right there. Held on, waited for his friends to get there. A little loss on the play, maybe a yard. Going to bring up a 3rd down now for the Trojans. Taravella also getting a chance to play some of their underclassmen out here. Get a chance to see who else maybe can step up and make some plays. 3rd down now.
Empty set. Trips to the left-hand side. Sean is trying to get Trojans to jump off sides. Looks to the sidelines for the play. Coming inside 9 minutes in the 3rd quarter. He's looking to his right, not open. Flushes out to the left-hand side. Throws it over his shoulder deep into the end zone. It's a touchdown to number 5.
Holy smokes.
That's a 25-yard touchdown. Throws it over his inside shoulder, rolling to the left, a righty, and he pops him right in the middle of the end zone, into the middle of the numbers. Sean White, looks like it took a little while to get the cobwebs out, but now I can see what Auburn can see in this young man.
That was just Emmanuel Soto, number 5, with the reception. Another strong student, got a 3.6 GPA, multiple D1 offers. They're on now for the conversion attempt.
Well, Rick, you had me. It took a total of 5 plays.
I guess I was right about that. University School takes the kickoff, works it right down the field, pops it into the end zone. Ups the lead now to 40-7.
Again, did you know it was going to take 5 plays?
I didn't know, but it was it was an easy guess. You could have had an over-under there of 1 or 2 plays, and it could have gone either way, so you were pretty good there. Just by the way that the offense is moving, I mean, they don't take a huddle.
Yeah.
They shuffle their players in and out. I mean, it really does look like a high-quality college or pro program. There's not a whole lot of fear on the other sideline over there. They know what they want to do. They seem to have a way to go about doing it. They're not getting silly penalties. Their bench isn't hurting them. I mean, all of those things that make you into a powerhouse, they're doing right over there. All the things that make you into an also-ran are being done over on this sideline. Penalties, turnovers, the types of things that'll get you in trouble.
And, boy, you do it against a nationally ranked team, and it's going to be 40-point on one way or the other.
Even if you do it against a not national team, if you give them the ball and you're giving them special teams turnovers and you're giving them regular offensive turnovers, even the bad teams are going to score on you because your defense can only do so much. And I'm sure that Taravella's defense, even though they're only scoring in 1 or 2 or 3 plays, they seem to be chasing them down the field, which gets you just as tired,
Sure will. Suns will kick off again, and that's not going to be returned either. Right into the end zone.
I think, like I said, the only one that he didn't put in the end zone, Glenn, was the one that he slipped on.
Yeah, the other 6 were definitely in the end zone. So, The combination for the Trojans, 8:58, third quarter.
Penalties, turnovers, 7 points. The combination for University, taking those turnovers and penalties, 47 points.
Now, what do you do if you're the Taravella's coach? What do you do right now?
I think that you go back to the basics. You know, the things that you've done successfully in this game is run the ball up the middle. You've pounded the inside. You've done very well there. You know, I guess to me that's the places that you've got to go. You know, do you try another quarterback? I don't think it's a quarterback issue here.
No.
Do we try other running backs? I don't think it's their issue, even though we've had one running back that's put the ball on the ground twice. I don't think it's any one specific position. It's all of it. It's all the turnovers. It's all the penalties. You know, you've had penalties on your offensive linemen. You've had penalties on your receivers. You've had penalties on your linebackers. I mean, it's spread out throughout the entire team. And I think, Glenn, you know, when you start looking at it, go into the NFL. You know, the teams that have those types of problems, that's what ends up happening. 47, 47-7, you know.
Well, we got a penalty flag from the backfield, so it's going to probably be a...
It's like a legal motion against the Trojans. And again, here you are. You know, you're making some movement. You've got the 5 yards, 6 yards, and now you're going to go back because you've given up another silly penalty with, you know, not being lined up correctly.
Bringing it back to the original line of scrimmage, it'll be 3rd down and 10. No, it's bigger than that. It's going 10-yard penalty. Looks like they're going to replay the down, 2nd down. That was bigger.
And Glenn, as a coach, what are you telling your team at this point?
Hey, I'm telling the team that need to finish what they start. This isn't a scrimmage. You want to play scrimmage with these guys? This isn't Sandlot. You got to get ready. I'm getting ready as a coach now. I'm going to keep my players healthy. I want them to be disciplined, hold on to the ball, and I want to finish this game and not make it a slaughter, but let's get ready for next week. You know, and if that means that I got a borderline young man that is just not getting it, and I got somebody that has maybe equal talent, maybe I do throw them in to the positions that there's been a couple of drops because they didn't just start a week ago. They've been working through the summer. They've been in these 7-on-7 programs. Football's 365 days a year. So you can tell the ones that have been getting at it and the ones that haven't been getting at it. And to bring the caliber of football up in Coral Springs to this type of level, you've got to work at that championship level. The biggest difference is that Coach Roger Harriot will take a whiteboard when the boys walk in the first day, and it'll say state championship, and it'll have a December date on it. That's their expectations every year when they start. That whiteboard will say state championship, and then he'll start talking about what kind of records they're going to break this year. And that's where they start.
And how are we going to get there? I mean, obviously, you know, you have it's like anything. You're going to take a journey from here to New York. There's a map.
Exactly.
You have to take the map. If you don't take the map, you can end up in Los Angeles, and then, you know, you could still get to New York. Another fumble. Evans Morris again put it on the ground. And it looks like the Suns might have it. Let's see. And they do. The Suns are on it. A 3rd fumble of the evening for Evans Morris.
And this is a time, Rick, like you asked. It may be time to tell the young man, let's sit down for a while and think about it. Do you really want to play on this Trojan offense? And if you do, one thing you got to do is you got to hold the ball. You got to protect the ball. You know, it's one thing that we can't move them and they're more talented, but it's another thing altogether. That's discipline.
Well, one of these things, too, with this young man is that he's trying to get that extra yard. And 2 of the 3 fumbles have been on that. After the first hit, instead of going down, trying to struggle ahead and, you know, somebody's come in from the blind side and knocked the ball out of there. So maybe those are some coaching things to say, hey, when you're down, go down, stay down. Don't try to get that extra yard because there's still guys coming to hit you. You know, and that was a clear hit right on the football there.
And there's drills to do with it. We used to call it a monkey drill. Look at he's going. He's to the races. Number 3 is going to take it to the house. He's down to the 10, 5, touchdown.
LaJuan Hunt.
University.
His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Puts it on the board again for the Suns.
37 yards that time.
Does it in numero uno.
One play.
That's
like their offense tonight. 1 play, 4 plays,
1, 3, 5. That's a trifecta. Maybe we should play down at the highlight.
There you go.
Or at the track. 1, 3, 5.
And they've given them 3 special teams or defense touchdowns. So even taking that part away from it, they've still managed to roll up almost 40 points on offense.
Incredible. Incredible. And if the Trojans aren't careful and they want to lay down,
conversion is good.
Conversion is good.
I'm surprised they're not on a running clock here, Glenn, quite frankly, at this point of the game.
Well, I'm looking at it, and it ain't. And I'm trying to keep up pace with it, but you're absolutely correct. I don't know where that threshold is. It's got to be around 40 points.
Well, yeah, and we're up
47.
around, we're at like 47 now, and we've been at 40. We went into the start of the third quarter up 33, and I know for sure in youth football and those types of things that would be a running clock. So maybe Coach Marguerite doesn't want to give up the ghost yet.
Well, we'll see here real soon.
Sometimes it's better to take it and move along than it is to keep sending your kids out there to get pounded. But they're doing a great job of, obviously Taravella's, they're running out there, they're hustling, they're trying to do the right things. It's just, overmatched. And that's really the bottom line, Glenn, is that I just believe that University top of to the bottom of the roster is deeper than what Taravella brings to the table.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very it's interesting to watch both teams. The momentum was early. It was a momentum at 20-7. And it really changed the complete momentum of this game. One interception, double reverse, letting the running back who threw the ball, and then it changed everything. Well, Taravella's got a kick return, and number 4 is taking it down the field. He runs it all the way back to about the 35, 36-yard line.
Roderick Miller. He's been a spark tonight for the Trojans. He's been one of their playmakers, made all the plays. Him and Evans Morris, unfortunate with the 3 fumbles, but other than that, those are the 2 kids that have really moved the ball for the Trojans.
Wow. Brought some life to the sideline. Trojans are standing up. They got something to cheer for, Rick.
They do have something to cheer for.
Keep playing.
Yeah, 47, I can overcome that. That's only 7 touchdowns.
Get something on the board. Get the young kids in. Let's get this kid. Let's find out who wants to play at this level. Don't forget, folks, you're watching HSPN Sports.com, brought to you by the Keep Your Dreams Alive Foundation.
And don't forget, next week, we've got the big games, Central and Booker T.
Oh, boy.
I think those are number 1 and number 2 in Dade County.
Throws the ball way out of bounds.
We do have a flag on the play. It looks like maybe roughing the passer there.
Bring the clock down to 6:33.
We have a personal foul against University School, roughing the passer.
And they'll pull him out of the game.
They'll put 15 yards.
Coach Harriot will definitely pull him out of the game, which he did. That is a reflection on the coaching, and Coach Harriot won't have any of that. Yeah, folks, next week, don't miss it. Down in the 305, we will be with the number 1 team in the nation, with one of the number 1 quarterbacks in the nation, Booker T. Washington, our guys in the backyard, Trayon Harris, Coach Ice Harris's son, bring in all the ammunition that a team will bring to the table, won the state championship, playing Yarby and Cook, biggest duo in the country. We covered them both in the Tour of Champions. If you want to see something cool, go to NCRA Sports on YouTube and check the Tour of Champions out. Trayon is running it through the roof, man, with the views.
Smart Smith with that carry right there, got in about 6 yards around the right-hand side. I'm real excited about that Booker T. Central game. I know both of them are defending state champions, I believe, at their classifications.
Absolutely.
I know Central started off with a loss, so they're going to be coming back in that preseason game. They're going to be looking for, and all those kids are, they're playgrounders. They all know each other. The schools are not that far apart. Those kids have been playing, youth league and Pop Warner football against each other since they started playing football. So there's there's that element as well. Kind of, I know you, you know me. I grew up on that street. You grew up on this street. We used to play together, out in the street and doing all that. Now we're doing it in high school, and we're going to be doing it in college as well. But those 2 programs can probably beat the bottom third of Division I men's college football teams, just with their speed and their athleticism and the good coaching.
You're absolutely correct. And we got our first chance to watch Central when they played Booker T. in Sun Life Stadium last year. And let me tell you something. when I watched this young man, number 22, well, let me back up. 17-point lead when Booker T goes into halftime. Talked to Coach Ice. He just wants to maintain the lead. Didn't get a chance at that time to talk to the head coach going into Central. They come back out. They run a series, and then all of a sudden you see this number 22 go in at quarterback. Looked at the roster, and I realized that's Yerby. Yerby is a wide receiver, running back, defensive back, whatever you want to see. But quarterback, Rick, he single-handedly scored 21 points in the rest of that game at quarterback. And you talk about a spark to a team. Between Cook and Yerby,
they made it happen.
They're going to make it happen.
Folks, this timeout was brought to you by the Coral Springs Spine and Nerve Center. They provide superior health and balance through chiropractic. At CSSN, we focus on the cause of the issue and not the resulting factors. We meet all of our patients' expectations and beyond. Here, you're not just a patient, you're family. www.coralspringsspineandnerve.com.
Wonderful group. Husband and wife team throws over the middle. The running receiver turns around. It's a touchdown throw for the Trojans. My goodness. They get another one on the board.
Matt Burnham.
Matt actually fell to his knee in the end zone. It was a little underthrown, but he came back and he made the catch. He was wide open.
Yeah, 6'4" senior tight end. 6'4", 185. Nice play in the end zone for the touchdown. Trojans still looking for some life again. You saw it when they got that turnover.
Wow, Matt Burnham. Wide open in the back of the end zone. A little miscommunication back there.
Yeah, it's nice when you see those tight ends getting the ball in the end zone, too. You know that they're drawing up those plays for him out there as well. Trojans are on now for the conversion attempt. Kicking game is left a little to be desired tonight for the Trojans. Got some flags there. Looked like they started early. Dead ball on that play. Encroachment on the defense, so they'll try again from half the distance.
This week's game's going to be a zinger down at Travis Powell Stadium in Miami, Florida.
I'm excited about it. I can't wait to get down there and see those kids and all that athletic ability. And, you know, don't forget, folks, Wednesday night again. You come out to our show. We've got all kinds of good things going on out there. If you haven't been or you haven't seen it, surf on. You can find all the information online at hspnsports.com, which is High School Production Network. That's what the HSPN stands for. So hspnsports.com. Find out all the details about what we've going on, how we honor our player of the week, and all those types of things. We got a choice to make in this game. We got some players here that have been really ripping it up.
My goodness, they're sharing the wealth.
They are. And, it's on defense and offense. It's not just one side of the ball that's dominating. Their defense has outscored Taravella, and their offense has outscored Taravella.
Exactly. We've got 5:24 left in the third quarter. There is still plenty of time in this game to add more points, so it will be a tough one.
I'm surprised, again, that we're not on a running clock, but I guess Coach Marguerite's not willing to wave the white flag yet, so that's good. That teaches his kids to be tough till the end. You know, we start throwing in the white flags. It shows some different types of
got some new players down on the sideline running around, shooting up. Ready. So maybe he's wanting to get more players in the game. At least put them on the suicide squad. Action-packed season, folks. HSPNsports.com. Action-packed 13 more games. Top 4 or 5 teams in the nation, week after week, pounding at the gridiron, following us, academic mentoring in the classroom, getting them into school.
Another
it doesn't get any better.
Coming? Nope.
No, he actually kicks it deep, and no one's back.
Hey, update on the Miami game, 10-0. Hurricanes? Yeah.
Just got an update through our process here. Miami Hurricanes beating FSU tonight, 10-0 down there at Pro Player Stadium. What do they call it now? Sun Life Stadium.
Sun Life Stadium.
Boy, I've been around here a long time when you call it Pro Player Stadium. That's for darn sure. University School's going to start with it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line here. Third quarter action, 54-14 on the scoreboard here. Taravella just stuck it in the end zone. They're going to have their defense out here trying to make something happen. We'll see what happens if they could slow down this machine that's called themselves the University School Suns.
Looks like a couple fresh jerseys are coming out from the sideline, jogging out. Sean White still in there.
They don't do too many.
A couple new wide receivers, I see.
They don't do too many huddles over on that sideline, Coach.
They got twins with a single back in the backfield. Quick throw out to the right side, and it's incomplete.
Nice coverage right out there. Looked like 22 for the Trojans there. Evan Hill, a senior D-back, 5'10", 180. Nice job out there sticking with the receiver.
Was a nice defensive play. He was pressing him, single coverage. And that's gritty, man. Single coverage against the skill. Saying, bring it at us. Run right up the middle. You better be careful. It's taking it to the house. So 22-yard gain. That's number 5 or number 3 again.
Yep, that's LAJUAN doing it again. LAJUAN Hunt has got a couple of touchdowns. Probably getting close to 100 yards rushing, I would think. Another first down for the Suns. That interior line seems to be doing a really good job holding their blocks, Glenn. They seem to be able to run a draw play right through the middle and get 6-7 yards before those backs are being touched.
Yeah, and as you watch them, they are blowing people off the ball and staying with their blocks all the way down, second and third level. I mean, look at number 53, lineman number 53. He is actually down there with the running back and going with him all the way to the first down marker.
Fayon Hicks, a running back, a freshman, true freshman, 5'11", 175 in there. A true freshman. Michael Buddha.
Michael Buddha, the left tackle, absolutely stayed with his block all the way with the running back 10 yards down the field. This is the kind of line you talk about pounding the rock. They'll not only hurt you at the first level, they're going down the second level, and they may come down on those DBs on the third
Twins
level.
again, single set in the backfield. Here
Bam! Right up the middle.
Same thing, that young freshman right there, number 30, Fayon Hicks.
13, 14-yard first down, Trojans. Wow, that was fast.
They're
I like
ripping
that.
chunks of yardage. Now they've got to stop the bleeding here, the Trojans.
Another first down brings the ball down to about the 33-yard line.
University school's starting to now take huddles. They hadn't been doing that the whole game, so maybe they're trying to work the clock a little bit, get some of that down.
Or they got those young players in there they got to communicate with a little more. It's a little zone read to number 32 up the middle, picks up another 8-9 yards.
Jonathan Moore, a 5'9", 170-pound sophomore, wide receiver running back.
Getting some fresh legs in there and doing their thing. Second down and about a long 2.
Full backfield here. Twins to the right.
Give us up the middle again to another zone read. Wrestled down there by number 8 for the Trojans. Number 9, I'm sorry.
That's Kerbin St. Louis. Shondae Gordon also in on the stop, number 8 for the Trojans. Fayon Hicks again with the carry. Short gain, second down now.
Actually, they got a first down, Rick, and it's first and 10.
There we go. Look at that.
Got the young sophomore single back in the backfield. Give us to him on another zone read. He's taking it right up the middle. Nice hard-nosed running, 5 yards on the gain.
Tucked in behind big old number 79 there. I don't know if you saw that. That's Zayn Ali.
Big boys up front, making those holes open.
Another senior offensive lineman, 6'3", 280 for the Suns.
What's the GPA on that young man?
Let me look it up and I'll tell you.
Probably a 3-point something. Sean's got him up to the line. Another zone read. Fullback number 32. He's taking him to the right-hand side. He just will not go down. He doesn't pick up any yardage, but tough running.
You asked about that GPA, 3.95.
Ooh, I knew it. I knew it. Well, he lost actually a yard on that. 3 point what?
3.95.
That is money.
It just goes to show you, all these kids pretty much have their heads on straight, Coach. They know what they want to do, where they want to go.
Smart young men. And these young men on the other side, the blue uniforms, Taravella, are smart young men as well.
Absolutely, and they're fighting hard out there, Coach. I mean, it's not like university schools just, I mean, they still got most of their starters in there, and Taravella's doing a pretty good job of stopping them right here. Let's see what they can do here.
First pitch out here, tailback, picks up about 4 more yards, keeps the clock running.
It's going to bring up a 4th down now, too. Trojans trying to tough it up here. Let's see if they can put a stop in here and get the ball back. Good work right there. Again, they're still in against most of the starters there for University School, except in the running backs and the wide receivers. But all the rest, the interior line and the quarterback, are all starters. So some of these subs for Taravella are doing a great job out there.
Yes, they are. Looks like they're subbing out a big boy. 77's going out, bringing in number 64. Some fresh legs.
77 is senior Michael Gonzalez. And we don't have a 64 on their roster, Coach.
Sean looks at the sideline. Got his young backs in the backfield. Running under a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Content getting these young men some action. Man, what a hole, but it closes quick. And the young man's going to learn to hit that hole hard. He hit it fast, but then he saw it converge, and he slowed down.
He was trying to pop it outside to take it to the house, Coach. Good work right there by the safety coming up and stopping that. But it is enough for another 1st down for the Suns. They keep grinding it up, clock and yardage here.
Yeah,
moving it all the way down.
We'll end up the 3rd quarter on this play.
Again, no huddle for the Suns. 2 in the backfield, split left. Go again straight ahead through the middle. Nothing fancy, Coach, just straight ahead, grind them out football right now.
Yeah, we're running down the end of the 3rd quarter, and they're going to switch sides. It is slowed down, and that's a good thing for the Trojans. Good thing for the Suns because they brought new people in. This is HSPN Sports you're watching, presented by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. They're taking a quick break, and we too will take a quick break. Don't leave us. Stay with us. This is Glenn Stout and Rick Covell on the HSPN Sports Network.
What you searching for? Reggae music. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa.
Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, the wickedest rhythm in the world.
Tonto Irie coming in live and hot. The musical shop.
You're listening to Hot 105. Reggae running with Tonto.
Down the booze room, great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste, you found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room, great taste is just the beginning.
Want to just take a moment and once again thank and welcome our primetime sponsor, the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. The Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation, folks, is a 501c3 nonprofit youth organization that specializes in empowering communities and providing opportunities for academic and athletic growth. We address vital issues concerning transitional phases of primary and secondary education through sports and academic advisory camps, health and wellness programs, athletic scholarships, grant and aid assistance programs for college. So if you want to find out more information, please surf on to www.kdafoundation.org.
Sean White, 5-yard line. The Suns have the ball inside the 5-yard line. 12 minutes left in the 4th quarter. And they're going to punch it in right up the middle. Yes, they do, with the young running back, number 30. He punches it in for the Suns.
They have been all over it all night long with that running game. That's Fayon Hicks again with the carry, popping it into the end zone.
brings it 60 even points.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is probably pressuring the record for how many points Taravella has ever allowed in a game.
I guess we're getting
bet
close.
We're up there.
Extra point.
We still got a whole quarter to go too. So hopefully the Trojans can put some things together for them.
KDA, academic mentoring, what does that mean? Well, what does that mean? That means that we're in the schools directly working with the student athletes, working with the counselors of the schools, and working with and breaking out grade point averages of the at-risk kids, the ones that are kind of right in there, and the exceptional kids. What do we want to do? We want to make sure the at-risk kids move up to at least qualifying, and we want to take those special kids, 4.0s, and use them as academic mentors to bring up everybody, empower them. KDA has a group of people. If you see us on kdafoundation.org, you go to who we are, you will see that we have many people on there that can give them many good choices with really great outcomes. So we don't tell them what to do. We give them good choices and great likely outcomes, and we know at the end of the day they're going to make the right choice and make the right decision. KDA is not only there for academic mentoring, but we prepare them on the field, in the classroom, but most importantly in the community. It's very important for them as they come through this program since 2001 to understand our only payback is that they come back and they give back. That is the KDA Foundation.
And that's the most important thing, you know, is the community is going to survive. When it sees one of their own going away, coming back successful, it only inspires them to want to go away and come back successful as well. So the more of that we do, the better off we're going to be for everybody.
Yes. How can we be the solution? Well, we can be the solution by empowering others and finding out what their needs are.
And trying to eliminate the problems. And the problems are right in youth. I mean, you know, I see a thing on Facebook all the time about Bibles. And it says that if, you know, we take them away in school, and then, you know, they show that all the people that are in prison read Bibles all day long. And maybe if they reversed that and gave the kids the Bibles, maybe they wouldn't end up in prison.
Hey, we've got something really cool happening with KDA, with Antonio Robinson. And if Antonio's watching right now, God bless you, brother. I'll tell you what, Antonio has got one heck of a story. And you can see him in the Who We Are section of KDA. Antonio Robinson comes out of Miami. In foster care. Mom gave him up. Enough of that. Lived in the back seat of a car. Antonio now has a Super Bowl ring on his finger from the Green Bay Packers. Came back, giving back like there's no tomorrow. Antonio Robinson is our chaplain for Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. And we're honored to have Antonio Robinson and the rest of the crew. And another added one, Vic Robinson, who works with player development.
It's awesome. And it's not like these guys were standing there with their hand out. You know, these are guys who are struggling just to get up and go to school every day. What am I going to eat? Do I have any clean clothes? And look at where they are now. Nobody gave any of those things to them. They worked for them. They got them. And now they come back to the community because they know that there's kids out there that were in exactly the same situation that they were in. And, you know, somebody helped out along the way.
They did. Someone had a significant change in the attitude in their life, and it has been transformed. And we see it. They work with us, and we're loving it as they work with us.
We have a timeout here on the field, by the way. Suns timeout.
Well, we'll get the clock synced up for you folks. We're down to 10:05. 61-14 game. More of a scrimmage for the Suns. And Taravella is going to have it tested this week. They're going to have it tested, see what kind of practice they can have when they come back, and who they're going to meet next week. Are they going to be able to do it and bring it back, or are they going to feel sorry for themselves? Well, I believe the coaching staff has been there long enough to where they will get these young men back into it and let them realize that, thank goodness it wasn't a district game, but when you play the best, you better be playing your best.
Right, and they are a defending state champion, and you could see, you know, just the athletic ability straight off from the very first series, you know, and the Trojans have given them additional opportunities to pile up points. And, you know, if you take away those turnovers and such, it's a lot closer game. But, you know.
It runs up the middle. It's a nice run. Picks up 13 yards for a first down. That's Morris. Scatback moves quick.
They've still got him out there despite his 3 fumbles tonight, Coach, which is letting us know that Coach still has confidence in him, trying to get him up off the floor there with those fumbles. So that's great. again, I think that when these coaches take and they put that kind of faith into these young men, Coach, regardless of what the outcome of the game is, it's letting him know that I'm not going to quit on you. Don't you quit on me.
Yep, I agree with it. Pitch is a quick pitch to the inside, picks up about 3-4 yards.
Samar Smith again running hard. That's a nice 1-2 punch with these two running backs, Coach. They've moved the ball. It's when they started doing other things with double reverses or passing or those types of things that changed up, what they were really having success at, and that was blocking in the middle and moving the ball 5 yards.
If you're going to be doing that, if you're going to run that double wing and you're going to do that razzle-dazzle, you better have some incredible speed to run this type of offense. When you're running speed against ultra speed, you got to hold on to that ball. You don't hold on to that ball, you put it on the grass. These guys are not taught to jump on it. The Suns are taught to scoop and score.
Which they did already. So Morris again with a nice carry is going to bring up a 3rd down, about 3 here for the Trojans. They're moving the ball again, Coach. They've got it across midfield, down inside the Suns territory here.
Suns got a lot. There was that double reverse on the inside, but they got the new players, some fresh new players in for the Suns. And I'm glad to see that. 15-yard gain and a 1st down.
Roderick Miller with the carry. He's had some bright spots tonight as well for the Trojans, Coach.
Sure has. And they are running the clock now. 4th quarter. A lot of new white jerseys out there, which is good to see. Get all these guys in the game, give them game experience.
1st and 10 Trojans again, straight ahead up the middle, Coach. Got about 5.
Punches the ball right up the middle. Keeps the clock running. Keeps the Suns out of the end zone.
Adam Sinclair still in at quarterback, getting a chance to move the team. Great experience right here going against the state champion.
It is great experience. I'm not sure how they got it on the schedule, but it's a great experience.
Well, I think that, you're not seeing this type of talent in your own practices, Coach. You're not seeing this kind of speed. You're not seeing this game-ready stuff. So it really gives you a chance to just, like I said earlier on, put the bar up, see where we measure. We know this is a championship caliber team out here. Where do we measure up? What's our strengths? Is our strength running the ball up the middle? Is it moving it outside? Is it throwing pop passes? Whatever it might be. Again, the quarterback was given time there, couldn't find a receiver, threw it away.
Great way for University Suns to get a lot of players in, get some game experience that may not have played, but get that game experience early, because University School has a schedule after this, a very, very intense schedule, and at the end of the season, it's going to be a real barn burner against the Central Rockets. 4th down.
And again, they're stepping up in class, Coach, coming from 4A up to 8A. So, I mean, they're playing the schools that have, 5 times as many students as they do. But again, I think Roger's done a great job of identifying where he needs the help and then trying to find the players that'll fit into that. Much like St. Thomas Aquinas did for years and years and years. It was a machine there. George had it. He knew what he was looking for. One year it'd be offensive linemen, next year cornerbacks, this and that. And he had that process going through all the time. And I think that that's what Roger has going on over here for a program that's in its 8th season. To already have 1 state title, lost in another state title game, went undefeated. I mean, that tells you a lot just about the people that are leading the program more than anything. And I know he's a Christian man. He believes in the things that he believes in, and obviously his players buy into the system. And when you have players that buy in completely 100%, this is the type of program you build. And not to take anything away from Coach Marguerite, but I think that that's a situation where his kids aren't 100% in yet.
Yeah, and I'm going to add one thing to that. 4th down, gives to the outside. He is close to the 1st down. Penalty flags are down. And they are going to stop the clock. Let's bring it. They've changed the clock.
Holding, looks like against the Trojans.
They've added a minute on the clock, which is interesting. But what I was going to say is when we were down there for the Tour Champions, that's what they needed, to add another minute. When we were down there covering Tour Champions, one theme that ran through each one of the young men that we talked to that really struck us, that really hit the heart of Roger Harriot, is those young men said that Roger Harriot was like a dad to them, a dad that most of them didn't have. that was the common thread, the common theme throughout that. That's a powerful statement. And when we told Roger that, he got choked up. But he knows that Roger Harriot will spend all day, and he has a young family. He has a young family, and he could be at home with that family. He spends countless hours with these young men, making sure they get the right nutrition, making sure they're studying, making sure they're having the right kind of mentoring. And he is a tremendous mentor. I've been in an office with him with a couple recruiters bringing the KDA program, and it was an immense type of relationship with these kids that he has that you can see it exemplified on the field. They want to play for their dad.
Absolutely. And you know what? Even the ones that have the father figure in place, Coach, there's still a respect factor there that comes out, that he commands that type of thing. And, of course, you could say, this is my statistics, this is who I am, this is where I've been, and all those types of things, and I'm showing you what I've done. So if that's not enough to get you to listen to me, then look at my coaches. Look at the staff that we've put together here. Talk to any one of these guys. They're going to tell you the same message that Roger's bringing. And I think that's, the number one important thing is it's not just at-risk kids. It's all kids. There are a lot of kids that have dads at home that don't talk to their dads, that don't get that advice, that the dad maybe didn't go to college. He doesn't know how to fill out the paperwork, but he can go in to speak to Coach Roger and say, hey, Coach, I'm having some trouble at home. I can't get this stuff done. What do we need to do? And he's going to step up and make it happen for him. And that's just loving the kids. That has nothing to do with anything else.
Exactly. He loves what he does. High school, prime time on HSPN. And, wow, quarterback sacked by number 35 that makes that ball, jars it loose.
That's another true freshman. Listen to this, 6'3", 205, Nicholas Bonito, a true freshman, 6'3", 205, Coach.
Wow.
A true freshman. Yeah, there's a food bill there you want to definitely, I mean, he's going to be growing into that food bill. A true freshman. So that's got to make him like 14, 15. And he's 6'3". Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely.
And you know what, Coach? Here we are in the fourth quarter, and these are the kids that are coming in that are making the plays that, halfway through the season, they'll be making those plays in the second quarter because Coach is going to have confidence to put them into the game.
They're hungry.
Absolutely. And, it's kind of, again, referencing the old UMs and Jimmy Johnsons. The reason why they won all those championships is because of the defensive line. And, I'll take any team out there and show you a good defensive line. And if they do their job, it's going to be really hard for you to throw the ball downfield, and that's what he believed,
Absolutely correct.
They are doing their they have changed quarterbacks now. They've got Jake Kabillion, quarterback, 6-footer, 190 pounds. He is a sophomore. Jake Kabillion, number 18.
University with a new quarterback with the ball, 2nd down and 5.
I know we're going to have to go ahead and make a choice of who our player of the game is, Coach. And I'll throw my guy out into the field right now. I know he's got 2 or maybe 3 touchdowns here tonight, and that's number 6, a sophomore named Sam Bruce. You got anybody?
Sam Bruce has absolutely dominated on both sides of the ball this game, and I say that Sam Bruce will be our player of the game. You want to make that announcement official?
I think we'll make it official, ladies and gentlemen. Our player of the game, which is our Reggae Run-Ins Media player of the game tonight, is number 6 for the University School. He is a sophomore. Name is Sam Bruce. Got 3 touchdowns in tonight in this game, and he is our Reggae Run-Ins Media player of the game.
First annual.
And we're going to let him know, and hopefully he can come out and visit with us on Wednesday night, so we can give him his award, and he can get on TV with us and tell us a little bit about himself and who he is and what he does.
And we want to get him on Reggae Run-Ins Media tomorrow night with Tonto Irie. So we're going to try to make that happen. He's far enough south that we can get him on live. Man, he will get a kick out of that, being on major radio station, #1 reggae music station in the land, Tonto Irie.
Ball's on the ground. Let's see. Looked like the University got back on top of it.
And that's ReggaeRunninsMedia.com, produced by Ryan Stout. That's a live show with Tonto Irie from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Smooth music, and he brings the kids in, and we're going to see if we can get him over there.
That's awesome. I know one of us will go down on the field after the game and invite him out and do that type of stuff, and we'll get him out there. And then, of course, you know, once again, next Friday night, Booker T. Washington in Central, HSPNsports.com. You don't have to drive down into the dregs of Miami. We got it for you right here online.
We do it live.
Every week. And not only live, folks, but with top talent, top contenders out there for state titles, just like what you're watching tonight with University School. This is a contender for the state title.
We'll be covering all the contenders this year, and the contenders will be playing contenders this year. So it's going to be a great, great season for us, and it's full of action, full of Wednesday night shows, and we'll probably bring some of our Wednesday night shows down into the Dade County area, making it easier for those kids as well.
And also, you know, let's remind some of our listeners out there, Glenn, that we're always looking for sponsors and people that can help out as well. We're looking for mentors. We're looking for interns. We're looking for all different ways. So if you can get involved with us, either with time or with money, please go to kdafoundation.org and find out how you can also either contribute your time or your money or both.
Or we need transportation. You know, the toughest thing that we have with these kids is getting them to a location. So if you have a van that you want to donate, we've got an IRS determination letter. We can give you the paper in kind that you can take a full 100% deduction. You make sure your CPA gets it and does it legally for you. But we would love to be able to get something, a couple of vans that we can get these student athletes around the place. Well, the clock is winding down. Under a minute. University punts the ball off, the first punt of the day. Should be the last play of the game. Well, folks, 61-14. I'm Glenn Stout with Rick Covell, HSPNsports.com, presented by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. This is High School Sports Primetime. We're winding this one down. We are so glad that you joined us tonight. If you have any comments or anything you want to say about the broadcast that we may help improve it for you, email us at hspn@hspnsports.com. Young Mid gave it their heart tonight. We bringing it down. There's the whistle. The final score, the University of Sun 61, the Taravella Trojans 14. Rick, any final comments?
I just want to say that, you know, in watching University School here and seeing what they've done and how they've put this program together, they probably could have scored another 20-30 tonight if they really wanted to. So they're a scary team right now. And, you know, obviously for Taravella, it's back to the drawing board. You know, let's see what we did well tonight. Let's capitalize on that, the things that we didn't do, which is penalties. That's something we can control. Turnovers, something we can control. So if it's me, that's what I'm looking at on the Taravella side. I need to stop penalties and turnovers. And on the University School side, I want to keep going, keep doing those little things that we do so well, turning the ball over, not getting penalized, and obviously scoring at will.
Well, that'll be a wrap for us tonight. This is Glenn Stout, Rick Covell. We appreciate you following us. Next week, Miami Central, Booker T. Washington, out of beautiful Travis Powell Stadium in Miami, Florida. You are watching and listening to HSPNsports.com, brought to you by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. See you next week.
He's going to snap, punt it. He's at the 50, to the 40. He's on his feet.